Broadcasting from the capital of sports, it's the Matty B Show. Right here on Epis Sports Radio. Matty B on Epis Sports Radio.
Epis swung on and into the air. To deep right center. That ball is high. That is far. It is gone. Very deep as White hits one deep to left field. Headley back near the wall.
Oh, we're not going to hear any of that this year. You have to be kidding me, David Stern.
The Jets win in overtime.
Coming for your head. Oh my, can you believe it, Mets fans? What's going on? It's your boy Matty B, Epis Sports Radio, episode 50 of all things, and this is not how I wanted to record episode 50. No, it is not. Pete Alonso signs a 5-year, $155 million deal and goes to the Baltimore Orioles. And I'm almost at a loss for words. It hit me while I'm at work. I'm mid-draw, drawing a patient's blood, and my coworker decides this is a good time to spill this news to me. And I just can't believe it. I can't believe it. The Nimmo trade kind of made sense. Simeon, sticking around, for the Mets. He could play second.
Matty B, you was about to stick the patient.
No. I was mid-blood draw when I found out this news, Dub. Okay, I was mid-blood draw, all right? And my coworker thought it was a fabulous idea. Let's spill the news to him right now. She knows the deal, all right? She knows I do the whole sports podcast the whole night. I literally looked at it. I was like, you can't do this to me right now. You just can't drop this, all right? It's unacceptable, all right? No, it's just she's a Met fan. Why would you do that? She you know what? It's not her fault. She was reacting in real time, all right? But,
yeah, you're right, yeah.
But my God, when I think about this move and when I think about the Mets just somehow seemingly letting him go, because apparently they didn't even have a deal on the table. We heard rumblings from the Mets beat reporters saying that they weren't willing to go anywhere past 3 years. Who was it from the New York Post talking about how, he'd be surprised if anybody even offered him 4 years. Well, here we go. Baltimore offered him $155 million, I think 31 annually, and Pete Alonso is gone. Now we lose. Not only do we lose Nimmo, which at the time I was fine with. That's fine. You needed to do something more. Hopefully you could find an outfielder, whether it be a Bellinger, whether it be a Tucker. That hasn't happened yet. And then Diaz walks to the Dodgers, which I consider the Mets a rival to them, by the way. Like, the Dodgers are totally our rivals. If they're not, they're definitely our daddies in that respect when it comes to the National League. Diaz walks there. Mets all of a sudden kind of David Stern penny pinching a little bit. Offered him the same amount of years, but $66 million instead of the $69 million. So you think, maybe Diaz just wanted to walk, just wanted to go there instead. There's a winning culture obviously being cultivated. So that happens yesterday, and then, of course, we get the news today. It's been a hell of a 48 hours for us Mets fans. We have a Met fan here on the show, and that's why, I'm assuming that's why he's joining us today. A good friend of the show. Gino, why don't you introduce yourself? How you doing, bro?
I'm okay. I've had better days. Lifelong Mets fan, lifelong 49ers fan, lifelong Knicks fan. So, I get to cry every season that pops up. So, yeah, I got to hear the news, but, I kind of felt it coming.
I did feel it coming too, especially after yesterday. Gino, for those of you that don't know, is related to my man over here, W. Dubois, also joining us today. All right, for
Yeah,
episode
man.
50.
Hey guys,
I know you
This-
don't have no dog in the fight, W. This is kind of amusing to
I do
you,
not.
probably. But
No, you guys are my guy, Matty B. Come on, what I'm gonna say about you? Then I'm working with my father's brother's son. I mean, I'm here for you guys. So,
We didn't ask you to be
lifelong
here
Met
first.
fans. I think actually, I thought it would be a good idea for you guys. You guys are very passionate Met fans, and there's a lot to unpack though, man. So let's get to it, gentlemen. You know,
well, I'm gonna play some audio as we go along here in the show. We'll get some reactions. I just before I went live here. I just seen a small clip of Gary Cohen, Mets commentator, talking about it. I've seen Steve Gelb's reaction. Steve Gelb's wasn't surprised, and I guess after yesterday, neither am I. But I am more surprised
the
that
dust is starting to settle, and we're starting to process it and starting to say, we've read the tea leaves and we've seen them. You know, everything's happening after the fact. It's just we're with Edwin Diaz, and then him having his brother. They signed his brother last year, so they were plotting on him. And then the part where they never spoke to him after they signed Devin Williams, so he felt another way again, and just so many different parts of the signings. We didn't even get into Alonso, but the things we're hearing in 36 hours since Diaz,
yeah.
48 since Diaz, and then now and today with Pete. Remember we said Schwarber, as soon as Schwarber fell, this went crazy. As soon as Schwarber resigned, this shit just exploded, and the Mets were the ones to take the subtractions the most so far.
And that's a fact too. Schwarber's contracts, re-signing with the Phillies definitely set the market value for
It did,
Pete's
brother.
contract, and I think that shook it up a little bit because I guess Pete was the next premier, power hitter on the market after that, alongside Tucker, I suppose. But it set the market immediately, and Pete ends up getting $5 million more. It's rough to see, but I don't know. 31 years old, Pete Alonso. He's been with the Mets since he began.
2019.
One of the most home runs in all the Mets history. He leads other offensive categories as well. It's absurd to think that after the season he did have, I understand going back 2 years, there was a legitimate reason to be concerned whether or not, but he bet on himself again. We brought him back on the cheap, and he had a hell of a year. He certainly cashed in here. He certainly cashed in. I don't think there's no argument that he went to the Orioles for a contending team. Now, it certainly makes the Orioles better. If they continue to make more moves this offseason to improve that team, maybe they get improve the pitching a little bit, improve the offense.
Say this, Matty, I have to say this. Pete was never going to bring the contract back and say, hey, look, this the Orioles offered me. He's like, F you guys. As soon as the Orioles showed him that money, he forgot about that. But all the bullshit he went through, he left it behind, just like Diaz. They were never bringing contracts back to say, hey, look, they offered me this. You guys want to match? They were never going to do that. None of these players. They took the bread and said bye-bye to Queens so fast. And I wonder why. I don't know why, but that's what we're going to figure out soon.
I have it. Yeah, Gino, you take the floor.
I got a question. What makes a team like the Phillies able to keep Schwarber and it feels like it was no sweat, and then our big time superstars are walking away from our team?
Same thing. I don't know.
That leads to my theory. That leads to my theory.
If you want to do that great pitcher in Texas that left us, he just didn't want to be here anymore.
Right.
Like
Similar, yeah.
I have a theory, and it's not like a far-fetched theory, but it's what we're hearing, right? It's what Mets beat reporters have been talking about, how things between Soto, Lindor have been icy. I do think after the Soto signing, it shook up the culture in that locker room, and not for the better, unfortunately. And I think this is a result of that.
Okay,
because
so
why?
So the fact that
Well, I'm saying because the fact that Soto signed with the Mets, it changed the culture. It changed the core of this team and change what they're about. There may be if Mets beat reporters are reporting on this and saying that things are icy, then shit's probably really bad.
So if Lindor and Soto happened way after that famous pitcher went to Texas,
Yeah.
he didn't want to be here no more. So is it easy just to say that because that was a big shift, or is it true that
he might have a point? He might have a point because
even
all of a
with
sudden
Nimmo,
we're hearing about this stuff. It's like they're leaking it just to give us something.
yeah, like
And
even with Nimmo,
I think it sounds like something the Mets might have leaked. They weren't getting along. We had to change up the, it's.
think about it. Even with Nimmo, right? Even with Nimmo leaving,
Yeah.
he had to kind of basically give away his no trade clause, right? But I think he looked at the room and was like, you know what? Maybe I don't want to do this no more here.
Right. That I
You know what I
and
mean?
I
Like-
feel that. Yeah.
Like, so in my
Back
mind,
to
I was
culture.
like,
That's what Matt was
yeah,
talking about.
in
That's
my
back
mind,
to
I was
the
like,
culture.
can we steal Schwarber? I got a question for you. If today Pete Alonso had signed with the Orioles and Schwarber signed with us, how would you be talking right now?
I'd be okay with it. I'd actually be okay with that.
Why would you be okay with it?
I wouldn't be okay with it. I would think you're downgrading because you're losing the first baseman and you're adding the same production to the lineup, but now you clogged up the DH and you lost the first baseman. I'd rather have had Pete than Schwarber.
How old is Schwarber?
They're the same older.
I think he's older. I'll check real quick.
Maybe 34, 2 or 3 years. Yes, for sure.
Okay.
The reason why I say I'd be okay with it is because, like at that point, like it feels more like to me that Pete didn't want to be here. Like that.
They
That's
may
just
not want to be here.
And
He wanted
if
to be
that's
here,
okay, fine. But now you're bringing in a player that's basically giving you the same type of production. For $5 million less, apparently, if we're assuming that they accept both the same contracts. And that's it. It's a bit of a culture change, no doubt. But if
Matt, they forced the guy. They made him not want to be there. He wanted to be there at one point. In the last 2 years, they made him want to leave.
Right, and
It's
they
like when
made
you're
him
25
want to
in your
leave
mom's
even
crib.
more this year. But
You're 26 in your mom's house. She's not going to kick you out, but she's going to start making it uncomfortable for your ass. She wants you to leave.
Gino, Schwarber is 32, by the way.
Okay, cool.
All right, 1 year older. Okay, he's
So
younger than I thought. He's 34.
Probably can't play first base like that.
That's okay, man. They didn't want Pete playing first base anyway. They got other plans for that, clearly.
And that's
They didn't want him at all.
It's gonna be
so-
Vientos.
Okay, that'll be a disaster too. But okay, right.
Oh God.
So the question
who else is it gonna be at this point, bro? Unless it's the Japanese prospects that are coming through. By the way, there's like a third baseman / first baseman on the market. Those guys are still out there, by the way, and there's good pitching Japanese prospects as well. So that could shake up things as well. Mets might have an alternative plan, as Steve Cohen said today after the Mets signing, that he literally is quoted saying there's plenty of time left in the free agency to make a contending playoff team. So
what? Do you feel like Pete felt like the Mets wanted him?
No, and the Mets did. The Mets didn't want him last year. They took him on the cheap.
So then what are we belly aching about?
Because I believe they should have kept him. I'm A-okay with him for 5 years. I was actually, if he left last year, it wouldn't bother me as much. It really wouldn't. But it was after this year's production, it showed me that I was wrong. Actually,
last year you were coming off of NLCS, 6 game,
and I didn't want him then. I didn't want him. You know that, dumb. We talked about it all the time. I was not crazy about Alonso last year. You know that.
But now,
Alonso,
but is it because of Diaz?
What happened?
When did you change your mind about Alonso when he hit the home run against Devin Williams? Like, when did you change your mind?
I mean, that was certainly a moment, that shifted my focus, especially because of the clutch factor.
Where he got jerked coming off of that home run.
I know,
when he jerked.
I didn't think he was worth, the money. He was starting to shift my belief in terms of you
in
know,
the
the
season.
player Alonso. You know, like the clutchness factor, the clutch factor.
So when you started
of it,
wanting him, like, you know what, let's keep him. During the season, you started warming back up. Like, you know what, we need to keep him and move on with him.
You know,
How did you feel the other night when they signed Devin Williams?
again, I was hoping that Edwin was gonna stay. You know, like
How about you, Gino?
that you know, as Diaz as the closer, Williams as the setup, I love that. Honestly,
Right. That's what we were hoping for.
I think Devin Williams might have a resurgence type of year. You know, he was phenomenal in Milwaukee. People want to forget that real quick because he struggled after the Alonso home run that, ended Milwaukee's year. And then he struggled with the Yankees. But
here's something people don't know. He struggled in the beginning with the Yankees, but going down the stretch, he was a monster.
I do know that. His ERA was in the low
twos. Like a lot of people, absolutely, fellas. People act like that didn't happen. They say he had a bad year.
For sure.
He had trouble in April through June. Yes. He sat down and cried.
Why not sign Edwin before you signed Devin?
Well, right. And that's where you go wrong. That's exactly. It's a great point because
why not sign your guys before you go sign the outside guy?
They didn't they didn't even talk to him and say, "Hey, listen, he's gonna be the setup."
I don't know if that's true. How do you really? I mean, bro, if that's the case, if there was no dialogue. I mean, you're
Maddie. That's what the Diaz. I don't know if it's true, but the Diaz camp is letting that go. That the Dodgers
and I think that's even a bigger problem. Like we can't be operating like this.
They say that. Listen, the word on the street, my friends, the word on the street is David Stearns is mad, aloof, and he doesn't talk to people. He's not good at communicating with people.
Yeah, well, clearly.
And that's crazy. I heard that today. I said, "You're a GM. You're not good at communicating with free agents, and you're."
That is essentially your job.
The way he looks in the press conferences, the way he's being accused of being a genius and too smart. Bro, I don't want to put this. I don't want to slap this pain on him and shit. Because he's still working on this shit. And guys, I spoke to both of you guys off the air, and both of you guys said obviously there's moves to make, and this is not done. It's like
I'm gonna say this. I'm okay with Diaz being gone. I'm tired of the high pressure 9 innings with the 2 to 3 walks and then he gets to close. Like I'm over it.
Yeah, you think Williams is gonna be better in that regard?
I'm over it from Diaz.
Listen, I get it. Diaz made you sweat a little bit.
Before you say what you say, we were nobody loved Diaz like the Mets fans, and we even let him go to the WBC, get hurt, mess up that season.
Yeah, that was wild.
He's right. Gino's right.
I think we should have got the first. You should have got the right of first refusal, right?
Yeah.
So cool, you left, you went to the Dodgers, your brother's there. That's cool. Then I start looking at what you did in the ninth inning, and every time it's just get a regular 3 outs. Now you walk 2, then you get a strikeout and go crazy like you didn't cause what just happened, right? Cool.
Right.
I'm over it. We put you on the map. You was kind of like that in Seattle. We put you on the map. Cool. We love it. You go to the Dodgers. Good luck with that 3-peat with them old dudes you got over there, right? Now, cool. After I move on from that, let's talk about Alonso. At one point, our best pitcher last year, you know who it was?
Starting pitching or relief pitching?
Starting pitching.
Starting pitching.
He could make a toss.
The guy got tattooed at the end of the year. Not Peterson.
Oh, it was like Jonathan. It was what's his name? The rookie. The other rook. The good rook. I'm forgetting his name right now. I'm sorry. Terrible Met fan.
The first base, and he tried to make the toss to first base, and the pitcher had to reach out for it, and it got hurt, and it was never again the same for the rest of the season.
Which pitcher is that?
Huh?
Who are you talking about,
Which
Gino?
pitcher?
What's the name?
The Japanese dude?
No, it's not Sango. That was not the best pitcher. It was Noah McLean down the stretch, bro. If you're talking...
You didn't hear what I said.
Anyway, tell me about the pitcher you're talking about. That he's not.
I'm talking about when Connor Sager came back. He was getting like 10 strikeouts. He was throwing that pitch that had no depth to it. People just striking through it. And I'm like, wow, that's the only guy holding it down right now. Because everybody else is giving up 6 runs or more every time they pitched. So it's the end of the game. It's a regular routine grounder to Pete because Pete was horrible at first base. Regular routine grounder. He throws it to Kodai. Kodai has a stretch. Next thing I know, Kodai's hurt, and I'm like, wow, our season might be over because nobody else could pitch. That's you don't see them bring up 3 young guys like that during a pennant race.
Yeah.
Right, Gino.
And he was killing us at first base.
Yeah,
But
he told me. Gino told me in the regular season he was done with Pete. So he's not.
Yeah,
He's kept the same energy. And I was arguing with him about Pete. I was like, "You crazy?"
The first baseman's going to touch the ball the most.
Okay.
And if you got a guy that can't field, it's horrible. It sucks.
Pete Alonso was not the worst fielder at first base, but and he certainly improved over his career and his time. I'll give him that. He really was not like a huge detriment. No, he definitely did. If you look back at Pete in the early days, he improved. Like he just improved with his scoopability, with his form. I mean, the way he played the position, he just didn't.
The only people that Pete could play first base better than is the people on this stream right now.
Man, nah, bro, nah. There's way worse fielders out there. You're too hard on Pete.
I think he's in the bottom. I think he's in the bottom third. I believe Matt in defensive analytics. He usually is. I'm not saying he's 30th, but he's 22nd and shit.
And sometimes that's relative, man. Like it really, it depends, man. But listen. I'm not, he wasn't certainly there for his defense. And you know what? Fine. Okay, you want to sign a defensive player?
You giving Schwarber $150 million to play one side of the ball.
Yeah.
In baseball.
You said you would take him over.
Yeah, I'm absolutely okay with that. Yeah.
I'd rather have Pete. I told you I would have Pete. I'd rather have this.
Schwarber's going to hit 60 home runs again?
Bro, they're about to dish the similar amount of money. Well, probably not that much.
Yeah,
but
I think Schwarber's going to hit 55 home runs, 55, 50. Yeah, that man about if he doesn't get hurt.
Okay.
Just health. It's just health, yes.
Hell yeah! And by the way, did you hear the other rumors today with the Mets who they're looking at instead of Pete now and Paul Goldschmidt?
Yeah, numerous.
Yeah,
I heard about the Goldschmidt. Yo.
If they sign Paul Goldschmidt, bro, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, they want to do the Goldschmidt platoon.
I officially get to boycott the season.
I agree.
Come on, man. To be so cool about this, you can't go. Yo, man. You think it would have been mad if you stayed at first?
Dubs. You know what? You watched Paul Goldsmith last year.
Yeah, he was bad.
You about to rub my back and tell me not to worry about it? It's gonna be okay.
Yeah, I think that's a troll. That's some trolling right there. You talking about the Jeff McNeil? Paul Goldsmith
that's coming out of the winter meetings, bro. That's Mets B reporter saying that.
McNeil Goldsmith platoon to replace Petey.
And you might as well just sign Bellinger at that point, by the way.
No, bro. And let's talk about that, bro. Those I don't want to talk about it. You know what? I don't even know what we're gonna do tonight, guys. There's a lot of pain in this stream.
Yeah, I need it because this is a turning point. Listen. All right, Steve Cohen bought this team in November 2020. All right, Stearns came over in 23. Yeah. I believe Steve Cohen when he told me a World Series within 5 years, and we came close. We did. All right, and certainly after the Soto signing, I wanted to believe that this team was on their way. All right, and I did. For the first half of the season. They were unstoppable. Yeah, I pulled it up before. I had the Steve Cohen quote. I took it down now. Yeah. But again, I believed in him. I really wanted to, and he had a lot of, and I still believe in him.
Crazy when he bought the team. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Let's acknowledge that it was bananas.
It really was.
Yankee fans, we were like, this guy's got all the money. We just had to sit there like that because we had the money. It was insanity, bro. And this is such a not a 180. Yeah, it is. It's 180.
And it was at its highest. It was at its highest when they signed Soto, right? Like that was Steve going taking over
right after that 6-game series. where I don't usually like, oh, they played well, but I was okay. Losing the Dodgers, like, all right, because they really gave the Dodgers everything. They gave the Dodgers more than the Yankees did
Yeah.
last
what?
year. They gave the
Wait, what?
Dodgers more. They gave them more smoke than the Yankees did. They beat them. They lost in 6. That's when you like, yeah, they couldn't stop them.
Yeah.
The Dodgers kept scoring 30 runs per game, but they won
He's
2
talking
of them.
about in the World Series. And then Soto leaves.
Yeah, the NLCS compared to the World Series.
Yeah.
Yes, 2024. So, that was the height of it. Then Soto signs right after that.
Right.
That was the height.
Coming out that season, the Mets knew they needed pitching. And then what did Stearns do?
They didn't. They tried to do little patchwork, little mediocre guys, or guys they can fix. Sean Manaeas of the world and what have you.
The only thing that makes me happy.
It worked. The thing about Stern is it worked the year before because he had Quintana and all those kind of guys, and it all matched. But he thought
and I will say this: it worked in the first half of the season. Do we forget?
But the thing is, the thing is, Maddie, when you have the skills to find those kind of middle row guys and get them to perform above the level, you don't try to do it 4 of them. You just get 1 or 2. You can get 4 guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
All of them is going to work for. And you use it 1 and you pull them in, you plug them into a real rotation, or even if there's another injury, I got another guy over here, he's going to hold it. They got 5 guys who are like that.
For sure. They should have addressed it more, and they still can address it now, which they have not, by the way. We've lost pitching in Edwin Diaz now. Like, now you have to, secure the back end of the bullpen. I don't know, if Williams is your answer, it doesn't make me feel good.
You was complaining about
Ryan Hesley. I was pissed off about Ryan Hesley. I really think I would have loved to see Ryan Hesley come back. I know that's like a hard concept for some baseball fans to wrap their head around, but he was an all-star pitcher before he came to the Mets. I don't know. Maybe again, I'm starting to see a fucking pattern, actually. Maybe it was because of the culture. Maybe just fucked his head up so much he couldn't be here, couldn't stand to be here. He was like, I need to get a one-way ticket out quick.
Maddie.
Yeah.
Not everybody can perform in New York.
I know, but Gino, we can't always use that as the excuse. It might have been the culture, bro. He was fine where he was.
How was Diaz and Lindor's first year in New York?
They were not good.
Okay, then.
They're not good. That's why I said bring him back. I was like, let's go.
They did, but then you said
I'm talking about Ryan Hesley. I'm talking about Ryan Hesley.
You guys, he just said.
I think Hensley was historically bad.
And that's why I suppose that's why they let him go. But
like the ghost of Hensley left his body.
Yeah, well, there was reason for that though. He was so messed up in his mechanics. He was tipping his pitches. There's video on that. John Boy was all over it.
He needs to go to another market where that's not going to be like he'll have a chance to get wounds and be okay.
I guess so. I wasn't. Yeah, I get that. I understand. But again,
it's not going to work out here. It just isn't. It's not a thing on you. It's not a good match. Us and you. That kind of thing,
The general manager in me was like, no, he's good value. He's good age, phenomenal talent. Like, sign him, right? I say this, listen, I'll pull up another graphic for you guys because there's a bunch of pitchers, relief pitchers that are still free agents that were with the Mets last year that are yet to be signed. We have no bullpen at the moment. Like, nothing. Like, there's nobody in this bullpen outside of Devin Williams. So, like,
we ain't got a first baseman either.
Right. Like, we don't even have a proper outfielder. We don't have a center fielder. What are we doing?
You got a second baseman, though.
You got a second baseman, Marcus Semien, baby. Marcus Semien.
It's only been 2 days of winter meetings, so, it'll get wrapped up.
No, it hasn't, it just started.
Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm not going to share. Hold on, I will share it with you guys real quick. Oh, my God. Anybody that's watching with us live right now on Twitch and YouTube, Dub, give me a second. Sorry, and throw a little promo in there.
Go ahead, brother.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on Twitch and YouTube. Appreciate you, as always. Keep showing up. Please like, comment, follow, subscribe. Keep those notifications on, as always. All right. Help the show improve and help us keep showing up as well. Got my guys here, W. Dubois, as always, and my boy Gino making his first appearance on the show. Been a long-time listener, long-time fan of the show, and a big supporter, and decided to come on tonight, join us through this, what sounds like a funeral, honestly, and it damn well should be, you know. I thought we went through this, Dub. I thought we went through the Mets funeral when they didn't make the playoffs last year, but
this is a vicious cycle, bro. This is a decade, century, almost probably a century, but this is a vicious cycle. This is not.
Hey, man.
So I have a graphic up here. All right, for everybody. So far, Mets have acquired Simeon and Devin Williams, like I just mentioned. Departed players.
Devin Williams doesn't have a beard.
All right, right. And we spoke about that on the previous show, right? How the Yankees have now redacted the beard policy that they changed. Oh, you didn't hear about this?
Just with Devin Williams?
Well, you didn't hear about this?
No, I didn't know.
There is no more. No. Oh, you are not allowed to have facial hair anymore as a Yankee again. All right. The facial hair is gone, my friend.
So the rule has been reinstated?
Yes, it has been reinstated for the Yankees. You didn't hear about that. That's great. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, okay, Devin Williams signed with the New York Yankees last year.
So they just did that for Devin Williams? Yo, Devin Williams comes off as so soft to me.
Well, that's why he's perfect in Flushing. There you go.
Yo, is it me? I'm really not the guy. Usually, when I do my little sports.
He's a bit of a softy. He's a bit of a softy. Yeah.
It's something. Yeah.
He's a Mr. Softy in Flushing, Queens. All right. What happened?
He don't come off as a little forecloser. He does come off as a little bit of little Debbie-ish. A little cake. A little bit cake. Oh man! So they got the heat. Oh man! So the Yankees reinstated the beard policy. How does that make us look? I don't know.
After 50 years of having
I gotta
that
take
policy.
it off for this friggin' Pop Tart.
Since you asking how it makes you look, how did it make it look that they were insinuating that the lineup cards was coming from the GM all year long? For the Yankees.
I mean, that's been going on for years. Yeah, I was about to say that.
Come on, bro.
Me and Dub are in lockstep with that.
Come on. Yeah, we said to say private jinx. Yo, bro.
That's a great.
I said that to my dad the other day. Yo, I was like, he started laughing. That's the joke, cousin. I mean, it's probably true. Brian Cashman definitely has anywhere between 15 to 40 or 50% of say-so in the lineup.
Right.
And if he wants something, he's gonna, tonight. And how come you haven't played Dominguez? I set him up. I want to see. How come he probably does that? Yes, and I'm sure a lot of GMs do. But Cashman and Boone, yes, no question. Boone is unkillable.
Unkillable. You know that drop on BT and on WFAN?
Yeah. But they got killed.
They got killed today too. Killable.
They changed it to killable?
Yeah. No, but they should, though. All right. I had, before we got off onto that tangent about the facial hair, there's the graphic there on the screen. All right. It shows the departed players for the Mets this year. Nimmo, obviously, in the trade. Diaz, walking in free agency. Alonso as well. Hesley and Gregory Soto also went to the Pirates. And Cedric Mullins, who, whatever, Cedric Mullins, all right, he can walk, even Soto as well. Even though I think Soto wasn't too bad with the Mets. I think he was decent at times, a little bit of a struggle. But, yeah, he could go too. Still a free agent. Tyler Rogers, which, again, another guy that you made a trade for. Another phenomenal pitcher, and he actually performed well with the Mets. Good numbers. All in all, I certainly would like to have him back. Honestly, any team should want him in their relief pitching. Like, that's just it. Starling Marte, again, Marte's been a Met for a while now. He's good value. He produces, but he's getting up there in age. At this point, you might have to sign him. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know what their direction is at this point. So he might return to the Mets. If he doesn't, oh boy, then we're really struggling for depth. Stanek can go. I'm good. Yeah. Let's move on with that.
Bro, there has to
Thing.
be a move, bro.
Stanek
A
struck out.
player.
Stanek had
Stanek
some
struck out.
moments.
Stanek struck out the best player in MLB.
Yeah.
When
I know
out pump.
Stanek got some fire behind that arm, bro. But it's just not consistent. I mean, that's the case there. Winker unfortunately dealt with injury this year. Would you want him to have back? He's kind of a rah guy, but he's not a part of that same culture anymore. That was he was a one trick pony that for that 1 year. He was good for them. It was
Right.
definitely but like that. I think you could put to rest the whole
Never
Winker
around,
thing. Yeah. Canning,
So
why not? I guess, but not like a need or kind of a good to have, but not a need to
yeah,
have type thing.
I love
So,
him.
Dub, you can take it away there.
I noticed during that the post you had up with Uncle Stevie with the quote on it about the season, the free agency's a lot more free agency left. But in that quote, I was reading the comments and by the people on that Instagram screenshot or whatever it was, but they were going ham about the casino. You son of a bitch!
Yeah.
They would go, everyone's saying, "You got your casino, you son of a bitch." That's like the freaking going, thought by the Met fans is like, you sold us out, you don't care about us, you're gonna sell the team in 2 years. When this thing pops off, you're gonna just sell the team at triple the worth. You guys, Stevie's using us. So I just wanted to say that.
And it's good that you brought it up because it
That's what the
has
Met
crossed
fans,
my
that's how the Met
mind.
fans is.
No, it has crossed my mind as
There you
well,
go.
and it does look
Me
poorly
too.
on Steve a little bit because obviously this news about I was telling Tricky Nick, a member of the Shiv Nation, prior
Of
to the
course.
show about the whole thing, and yes, Steve Cohen was
What
just
he say?
approved
What
for
did
this
Nick say?
casino. No, he was just interested by it, and he didn't really know too much about it, what's going on,
Right.
for people that don't know, there was 3 casinos that were just approved, for
In
licenses
New York City.
for New York City. One in the South Bronx,
Yeah.
one over in Queens, borderline Brooklyn, where Resorts World is now, and then here in Flushing, right next to City Field. And while that just got approved, and while there may be some good things that coming out of that, obviously the stigma with casinos is that it environmentally and economically it might have a negative impact, and
Quality of life
and quality of life, everything.
in the neighborhood.
You know, that gets approved. Steve Cohen gets exponentially richer. Those plans for everything to be built and get moving, it will start by 2030. And certainly, you start to beg the question, is he more prioritizing that situation than he is with the team? Is he giving the reins to David Stern a little too much and not intervening? Because even though, based on his comments today, he says, I understand the frustration, but there's still plenty of time. I hope so, Steve. I really do.
It makes me, you know what this reminds me of a little bit while you just saying that. Makes me think of Bruce Ratner when he brought the Nets over,
Mm,
and he took them out of New Jersey, and he had these plans for them, and they made out pro him Prokhorov, they made out big, and our friend Jay Z too. They made out big, and then it was over. They left them there to toil and whatever the hell they're in now.
right.
They didn't come there for the team. And then the state of New Jersey loved that. And even though they kind of didn't support it too, but towards the end they didn't because they knew where they were leaving. But they had a lot of love for the Nets in North New Jersey, that top half of New Jersey. So, but to me, they kind of should have stayed there, even though they're in Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn guy. There's a bunch of Knicks fans there. I love Brooklyn, but So, and it's like they feel like they're being used to. It's not the same thing with a relocation, but being used with the casino and the money and all the contracts and all the all the moving parts and all this money available. And they feel like Stevie's gonna do whatever he wants to do, and then he's gonna take off and leave them however he leaves them, which is probably not in a good space.
I
I'll
don't
say
see
this.
that being the case though. Sorry, Gino, real quick. I'll let you have the floor in a second. I don't see that because of what Steve is doing around City Field. Like he's really trying to build his own city, everything, and he owns all of it. I think he
So you say
plans on being
he
a
wants to,
part of it for
he's
a
gonna
long
stay.
time.
I mean,
Absolutely. I don't see him going anywhere for a
I hope that's the
long
case.
time.
I'm just talking about the
Yeah.
conspiracy theory. That's how they're. I was trying to give that conspiracy theory
Nah,
perspective,
he wouldn't
especially from a
invest in
jilted,
all of
long
this
time.
just to
Right.
sell it, bro. I just no.
Okay.
I mean, you're talking. He's building residential housing, affordable housing, green spaces, acreage
Yes.
that
Yes.
spans
Yes.
most of into almost downtown Flushing.
So me
It's
expounding
nice.
on those commentators on the book and through Met Nation who feel like where they were saying what they're saying, they're just talking out of emotion and they just need to chill. You don't think there's nothing to any of that stuff? It's
No,
nonsense.
in terms of him leaving or selling the team and things like why? Why would he? After all of this, right? Like that's not. It's too early for that conversation. Maybe
Okay.
10 years down the line we could be having that
But it still looks
conversation.
in bad
You
taste
know,
that if he's doing all of this stuff, he's giving that situation, that part of his plan is
yeah,
all.
he's
But
trying to change
and it
the
doesn't feel
culture in
like
New York.
you're giving us your all.
Yeah.
You're giving your casino your all, but how come you're not giving that same energy to this team at this moment on December 10th?
I think
Um,
we start making that
you know what I mean?
argument, and that's where this conversation pops up now because it's starting to feel that way. But
Right. And
again,
you can't blame them
I mean,
for
see,
feeling that way.
yeah,
I
Gino,
mean,
take
see,
it, baby, take it.
I feel like he spent the money. He's showing you that he's about the team.
Yeah,
We've come a long way from the Wilpons.
right.
Um,
I
it's
agree
just a
with that.
team. I believe the team hasn't produced like it should have.
Hmm.
And I also feel like we still exponentially every year we're having one of the, you know, look at our salary. Look at it. Like we're spending money. Um, I think we're not because we're Mets fans. We're not patient enough
Mm.
to like understand that there may be a longer plan coming along. Um, we just want everything now.
Of course.
We go to the NLCS against the Dodgers. We expect to be in the World Series the next year.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that's wrong or right. Then you're watching some of your stars walk away, and if you look at their ages and how much money they want, maybe it's time for them to walk away because whether we want to accept it or not, last year was a failure. Last
Mm.
year was oh
No,
man,
no doubt about it.
let me put my hoodie on, let me put my hat on low, and let's not even like I don't even want to show my face.
Now, the last year was really like an NLCS or more
No,
or
he's talking about the
bust.
year that just ended,
You know.
Yes,
2025.
Oh,
yes,
He's talking about
that's
the
what
year
I'm
that just
talking about.
ended.
That's
The
what I'm talking
Cincinnati
about.
Reds shit. That Cincinnati Reds debacle.
yes, very embarrassing.
No,
That was
yeah,
very embarrassing.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This year was NLCS or World Series for the Mets.
They didn't make
So
the Reds and then getting
Yeah.
beat out by the Reds and coughing it up at the end. That was
Yeah.
tough. The Reds stunk. Oh, that was like the worst playoff team we've ever saw
Yeah.
in this era.
yeah, did
And
they
right
win a
after
game?
signing
They
Soto,
got
I mean, bro, the Mets all they needed to do was win the last game of the season. They couldn't even do that against
They
Miami.
could, they
And then
could
that's
beat
the
the Marlins, and
thing.
we knew they could beat the
And we've
Marlins.
seen
They
this
didn't
before. That's
score.
where
They didn't score. There was
We
no
can see
that's
you,
what
runs.
we're saying.
Maddie. We can see you're over it. Okay,
Jesus Christ. All right.
All these
But
memories are coming back, guys.
Maddie. The crazy thing is, we were trotting out starters out there that were giving up 6 runs at least. We had to score like 11 runs to win a
I
game.
know. I mean, that's how
And
bad
they
it
were
was
doing
down
it.
the stretch.
And they were
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah,
For a
I
little bit.
really, I
A little
wouldn't,
bit
yeah, I
of
wouldn't put it
good.
all on the offense, but still, on the last day of the year, when you need them, they scored nothing.
Bro, we knew, all three
Okay.
of us, we knew
Maddie,
they were not getting
Maddie,
out of that weekend against
Maddie, if
Florida.
that
We
team,
knew that.
Maddie, if that team went to the playoffs, we got our heads beat off just like the
It would
Reds
have
did.
looked a lot better than
No one.
just
We been
no.
super disappointed.
Come
We
on,
we ain't win
bro.
one game. We ain't win one game, and we didn't win home.
Uh,
Come
you're
on,
right.
man.
Probably the way that
Come on.
team had to fight in them. I don't
Oh
know.
my God.
It,
Hey, I got a better question. I got a better question for you. Who are we gonna start in those games against the Dodgers?
bro, it was gonna be Jonah Tong and Noah McLean, like the two rookies. That
That's a
was our
fact.
1 and 2 at that point. How that Senga wasn't even with the fucking team in
Yeah.
September.
You remember why Sega wasn't with the team?
No, I don't actually. I
Because of
mean,
Pete.
Because of
Because of
Pete.
Pete. Oh, don't make you laugh, make you cry. When you cry, make you laugh.
yeah, yeah, the pain, right? The pain.
God. Oh my God, I got to grab more. My leg is in the way.
It's because of Pete's look, bro. That's why you be Pete don't look it, but
Yo,
Pete is out there every day.
hey, he's running around second base, going to third, and you're hoping he doesn't go home.
Guys, this been going on for
Uh,
years, bro.
this
This
might go
whole
on for
thing,
years.
bro. When Pete got Boris, remember when Pete signed Boris? We knew what time it was.
I knew it was over there. I knew it was over when he signed that contract last year. They gave him a
Boris,
year.
and then
They gave
Pete
him
went
a
in the
year.
office talking about what up this
I said he's
renegotiation.
not coming back.
No, but that's when Pete was at his lowest. That's when Pete was sad, and nobody was offering Pete no contracts, so Pete had to come back with his tail between his legs. And now Pete pumped up during the season, hit home runs, the market changed, now
You
the
think
money
Pete,
changed. Pete going
you think
laughing at the
Pete gonna
bank,
play first
bro.
base for the Orioles?
For like
Or he
1
going
year,
DH? You
he
think
on
Pete is gonna
DH a
play
lot,
first
yo.
base? You think he's gonna play
Nah,
first base for
they're
the
not.
Orioles?
Nah, they're not
No?
gonna play that nigga at first.
Okay, all right, cool. I didn't know.
Maybe 30 games. What do you think,
30
Matty
games?
B? That's a
What?
great question. What do you think, Matty? How many games PD plays for Baltimore at first base?
Pete at Baltimore for first base, he'll
Yeah,
probably over under. I'll give you
It
under
better be
50
30.
for sure.
It better be
30
30.
games.
146.
Oh, snap.
Nah, they're
Nah.
not starting him at first. They're gonna get another guy. I don't
You
even know
don't
their
think so?
roster. I just don't believe it. I don't think they're gonna bring him out
I
there.
looked at
I
their
think they're
roster.
gonna
They
want
got
him.
nobody at first base, baby. Pete's playing
Bro,
first
I
base
think
for Baltimore.
listen, if I was them, 31 years old Pete, let him do what Schwarber's doing, get the best out of him. Maybe he hit 45 home runs in that
I
little
agree with you.
bandbox.
That's a
Or he can
phenomenal
do the same
idea. They
thing
might do that.
and just do the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just don't fuck with it.
But
Because like he
off the
said,
cuff,
he's
I'll
gonna
just say
stand out there.
146 right now.
He's gonna stand on first base and them knees are gonna go. Pete, a big boy, the polar bear, a big boy. He don't need at 31 now. Seriously,
I don't know,
it's
man.
funny, but it's
Pete's
true.
no Schwarber, bro. Whatever, like he's built, bro. Like that dude can move.
Schwarber could play first base if
Yeah,
he wanted to, but
not
probably the same
not as
thing,
good as
brother.
Pete. Schwarber would be even worse than Pete.
So,
Yeah, that's why he
hey,
don't do it.
Yeah,
so I got a question for you, Maddie.
yeah.
After the
You
way the
fucking with Matt.
offseason is going so far, what move could the Mets make that would make you be like, you know what? I'm all right. I think I'm gonna be okay. I'm not gonna jump off the
Yeah,
bridge.
forget
Well,
about it.
immediately
You're right.
right
What do you
now,
want?
you need to sign Framber Valdez and Kyle Tucker, and I will immediately switch my mood. You sign those two players,
Valdez from the
and
Astros,
all
right?
of a sudden,
Yeah.
all my focus changed. And then you sign one of the Japanese prospects, either the pitcher or the position player. I'll get
So
the
you don't
names
want
up.
Gentlemen,
you don't want Scooble?
Oh yeah, but do
nah.
have you
I
heard
mean,
the latest? Need
that's
I
like a
pull up the
dream.
graphic? Scooble's not happening. You know where he's going, right?
You'd be willing to
Wait,
give Scooble.
Dodgers?
Oh, of course. There's heavy rumors out of the winter meetings right now that there is a deal imminent that Tyler
For the
Scooble
Dodgers?
is going to the Dodgers.
Yo, so listen, I don't want to. So listen,
If
I
that
don't want to forget
happens,
about
by the
this.
way,
The
with
Astros.
all of this,
You guys brought the Astros up earlier, and I think about this as we jump off the, I jump off the bridge, but just from that Met point of view, when we're losing, the Astros do this shit all the time. They're winning world championships, and they're letting your guys walk. Correa, Springer, your man over there with the Boston, and their fans ate it, and they let them go ahead with their plan. I'm not saying I know they won a championship, but they were able to let people go with nothing, like it was nothing, and they were getting the respect and the grace, and they produced after they let some of these great players go. You know,
Yeah.
so
Only thing
you
is
know,
the Mets are not the Astros.
right? Granted, Gino, I know that, bro. I'm just saying, this is not this is not irregular. Where you let where you like you said it yourself,
Yeah,
because at
I'm
the end
cool
of
with
the
it.
day, you said it yourself.
I'm
You're cool with these
yeah,
I didn't
I'm
lose
in
these
peace with
guys,
it. Yeah, they
right?
lose. Yeah, as Mets, they were losers. They walked away, and it's okay.
I have the graphic up here right now. There's
Let's see,
rumors.
bro.
This is coming out of Dugout Fever. A trade sending Tyree Skubal to the Dodgers is reportedly imminent, per David Pingalore. The
What they're gonna
pieces,
give them,
the
yo?
pieces have been named, and the framework is done. Pingalore says a long-term extension and owner sign-off is what is holding this up. Tigers won't approve trade without owner sign-off, and Dodgers won't approve it if Skubal doesn't have long-term commitment towards Los Angeles. If any of that is true.
Where's this from?
They don't even
I'm
need him.
getting in this
That's
from Dugout Fever on Instagram.
they don't
All
even need
right.
him. That's the crazy part.
So it could be rumor, just could be whatever. It may not have the legitimacy, but
That remains to be seen.
You
no
think?
no
You
doubt
think?
about it. Until that
You think?
happens, I mean,
Right. We're not gonna worry about the Dodgers. They do what they do. We're used to it.
You think Scuba could have did what Yamamoto did? Pitched the next day and
I don't
like it
know,
was
bro.
nothing.
They were amazing, man. They did amazing, bro. The Dodgers, everybody that they acquired did their part. It was
Yeah,
just like, wow, bro. Just like, and as a Yankee fan, I can't complain. When they signed these guys, I just think about old times,
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
But I won't complain. But it's just, what are we gonna do? Like you said, to go ahead and go try to do your little three-peat, and we're hoping that they don't. So,
Oh yeah, I'm
you
definitely
know,
hoping that they don't.
the Dodgers versus the field again, gentlemen. And if they get Skubal, what's up with your man in Pittsburgh? He going to remain because Pittsburgh offered Schwarber money, so they acting like they
Paul
want to bust a
Skeens.
move or something. Yeah,
Well,
Skeen's going to
before we
stay,
move on to that, though, but I mean, you bring up a good point. I mean, bro, with the whole Dodgers, I mean, they won a World Series last year without a closer,
bro. Without a closer,
and now they have
and I feel
arguably
like
the best closer in all of baseball.
that's what I'm saying with the smoke clearing and the Diaz signing. I feel like they plotted, they premeditated this shit when they went to
Yeah,
pick
I
up his
mean,
brother.
but
Well,
there's the
that's
difference.
like they're not even playing fair. They're deferring money. They scheming
But
on family members.
you say
These
that, but
guys
that's
are on
bullshit,
different
though.
times.
It's bullshit, bro.
These
That's
guys.
bullshit.
What do you mean it's bullshit?
Because it is
They're not.
bullshit.
They're
All these other
no,
owners are billionaires out here, yo.
I'm not saying they're not. I'm not
People got
saying the money.
money.
I'm just saying the way they're running their organization. They're
It's a
on another
culture.
level right now, bro. Right. That's what I'm
It's a
saying.
winning culture, and
And now they're
clearly,
creating. We
yeah,
can't stop it. This
yeah.
snowball. I know these other guys got money. Uncle Stevie had all the money.
It's much like OKC, what we're seeing in basketball right now. They're creating that type of winning culture
That's
that
what I'm
just
saying, bro.
it's unmatched.
And now it might be too late to stop it till it stops itself.
Well,
Because
certainly,
I mean,
I think there'll be a
Toronto gave them
shift.
7 games, bro. Toronto almost beat them, so it's
Yeah.
not impossible. They had them beat. We were right there, bro. They had them 3 games or 2, but they didn't. And then we had to exhale and suck it in and exhale it. So here we are again. It's Gino, Maddie. I don't know, man.
By the way, in
It
regards
feels
to
like
Skeens, he's arbitration until 2029.
right. But no, I
So
was saying they're gonna trade him.
yeah, well, maybe. I
There are
mean, the
rumors.
value's super high, but
I don't think they
you
are.
have
They better
enough
not.
time to hold him on the cheap to where you could
Yeah.
potentially build around him. But are you going to build around him?
Or you can just make some money off of him and sell tickets like they usually do, and then
Right,
spend it on
which is
beachfront
the
property.
argument because a lot of these owners are not spending the money necessary.
Yeah, he's gonna buy
You
the
know,
beachfront property in California.
right?
That's why I was surprised when the Pirates owner offered Schwarber that money. I was like, what?
Yeah.
Schwarber just turned it down, but he offered him the same thing that the Phillies did, Cuzzo. The
Yeah.
Pirates offered them the same money, that the Phillies did. They offered Schwarber that. The Reds did too. He turned them both down.
You know what? You know what would make the Mets off season amazing for me? if we get Scooble.
Well, sure. I mean, that would change everything, right? I mean, but
Hell yeah.
how are you packaging Scooble right now with
We
this
still need
team?
we still need players. We would still need players on in other
No, but
areas.
Gino, where are
I just
you
feel
getting
like
Scooble trade out of at now with this team?
I don't know what
so
the Mets minor
what
league
I'm
system looking
understanding,
like.
we got one of the top. We got like probably as far as prospects, the Mets are ranked pretty high.
Okay.
We got young players that they want, and I think they still got Jet Williams that everybody wants. Like people want, there's people on the Mets that people want.
Okay.
So I'm just saying my major get would be Scooble. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Yeah,
I would
You
get
didn't
yeah.
say you're gonna get him. You just said that's what you want.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I'm just saying that's what I would want. And I'd be
So
like,
the
okay,
Yankees, they need Tatis and resign Bellinger.
I don't mind, and I wouldn't mind getting Bellinger too.
Right. I don't think he's coming back to the Yankees. So I think he might be a Met. And we see
Yeah,
that Uncle Stevie and David Stearns likes to pick the
yeah.
Yankee mango tree.
I,
So
because he can play first base and he can play defense and he's
yeah.
versatile. I would love to have
And he's
Bellinger on.
already proven he could play here. He's played here already. He's here
Yeah.
already. Right.
So Bellinger and Scooble, I'm happy.
Well, really? You're gonna be happy with just that?
No, I'm not saying just that. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about as a start, like as a
The core,
conversation
the
starter,
core free
like
agency core.
to make me feel better after what we've lost.
Right.
Scooble and Bellinger would make me happy, and
No,
I
I
wouldn't even think about
agree.
it.
I agree. That would kind of change it up a little bit,
Yeah,
for me. No doubt. I mean, Scooble. You have a bona fide ace. You
And
have
then you
Cody
stop the
Bellinger,
Dodgers
who's
from getting him.
flexible in his positional.
And then you stop the Dodgers from getting Scooble.
yeah,
No,
because
that would be huge. And
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 they took
hey,
Diaz.
maybe sign a
The
Michael
Dodgers got
King,
Diaz.
a Framber
Right.
Valdez. Yeah. There's like Steve Cohen said, there's still plenty enough time in the free agency, but it does not seem likely. I'd be at this point, bro. I mean, that would make me ecstatic. I'm probably underplaying it. It would make me ecstatic if something like that happened. Even if it's not Scooble, you get a
yeah,
Michael King, you get a Framber Valdez, you
You want that
somehow
picture
you
of that guy.
somehow get Kyle Tucker. All right, that just changes it all for me. But I just don't see it. Maybe you get the Japanese pitcher as well. I gotta get his name. I gotta pull these prospects up.
So
You know,
Soto. So you guys were saying, I don't remember which one you gentlemen were saying it, but maybe both of you guys. But you guys were talking about Soto's arrival. It changed everything.
yeah,
But there was still rumblings of dissension in the team before he arrived. Whether it was McNeil, whether it was Alonso, whether it was Lindor. Then you throw the Soto denominator in it, and maybe him being there and then being locked into him, he had say so perhaps
mm-hmm.
one way or another, whether it was directly or indirectly, and whoever he didn't like or he didn't. I mean, Lindor's one thing, but the other guys, even if he doesn't get Lindor, that's one guy. But Pete. And then Pete and Lindor, their relationship was funny at times. And then, like I said, when Pete got Scott Boras over there, it was pretty much the beginning of the end. The
yeah,
writing was on the wall.
yeah. I wish him.
It was wishful thinking for a guy like me or any of us, if whether you wanted Pete or not, to think that he would be back, especially after everything transpired, especially with Boris in his ear, especially with him having the season he did after he was treated the way he was.
Mm-hmm.
So it was expectations that we had no right having. I mean, I'm saying that in hindsight, but it's really the truth. Diaz, maybe a little bit more off guard in hindsight with the clues we're getting, the little Scooby snacks we got fed. We could see what happened, but we didn't really see it coming until the Devin Williams signing, you know? So that's
Bro,
what I mean. Just looking at it, looking
from
at
the
it, the end of
outside,
it. Yeah, he definitely. But
All right.
I definitely have extra feelings in these moves more than most teams in the league. So I know the Mets like no other team. Like I know the Mets and the Yankees.
Let me
So, but
Sorry.
we didn't. Go ahead, Maddie. I'm pretty good. I'm good.
Let me just give you the Japanese players that are posted right now because I have them right here.
Right.
All right, and again, they fill the needs of not only the Mets but Yankees as well. Um, and phenomenal players. Obviously, playing in the KBO, things like that. Who knows how their athleticism's going to translate, but obviously there's been a good track record with players that have crossed over, so why not take a shot, right? Kazuma Akamoto, first baseman, he posted on November 20th. He's
Can you
30.
tell us a little bit about him?
He's
Oh,
30.
sorry.
He's
Sorry.
30 years old. All right. This year he played for two different teams, had 30 home runs. All right. 100 RBIs, I believe, as a matter of fact, on the dot. Had a good year. And overall, what was it? For the two teams, batted 322. Okay, so obviously those are like MVP numbers in Major League Baseball. If he kept at that, well, maybe potentially in the conversation, right? At least that averages. The 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, kind of subdued, but still, those are pretty good numbers. There's more, for other players. Third baseman, Munetaka Murakami, 26 years old. He posted on November 8th. Sungmin Song, 29 years old, coming from the KBO, posted on November 22nd. All right, let me just run through. I could give you some stats on those guys too, but those are two third basemen, including
Who's
a first
the number
baseman.
one guy? The number one guy pitcher and the number one hitter.
Give me a second, because there's a lot there. Let me see. You got some starting pitching prospects as well coming over here. Let's see. I'll give you an answer on that. See if I find anything. Roki, well, that was Roki Sasaka that came over. Yeah, obviously he's here already. Not finding that. Definitely not Roki. All the searches are pulling up Roki for some reason. Again, doesn't really matter in that sense.
Spurs up 57-42 second quarter NBA Cup.
Pitching prospect, there's not much. Because you have Takahashi. I think it's Takahashi, actually. Konan Takahashi. I've heard of his name. You got Konan Takahashi, a starting pitcher, and you got Tatsui Ime posted on November 18th. That's the
name that sounded familiar.
Ime and Takahashi, but
yeah.
Regardless, bro, these are guys that you might as well take a gamble on because what do you have to lose, really? I mean, it's not like you're paying through the roof for him. Takahashi played in the Japan Pacific League. He was 8-9, 3.04 ERA, 148 innings pitched, 24 games. Decent, not great. The other pitching prospect, Ime. Let's see, 28 years old. Where is this that? Yeah, I've heard of this. Is the guy too I've heard a lot about, right? Ime was in the news talking about how he wanted to take down the Dodgers, so he doesn't want to join the team.
Yeah, that's the guy.
He's the number one. He's the number one guy. He's 10-5 last year with a 1.92 ERA. Clearly the best pitching prospect out there.
He's the guy.
Yeah, he's definitely the guy to get. But that doesn't necessarily mean the other, Takahashi is not something to look at as well. Just because he had an ERA slightly over 3. I mean, that's still very good. And, these leagues, very, very formidable, very, respectable in that sense. Japanese baseball leagues specifically have gained a lot of notoriety. Korean as well, so I wouldn't sleep on it. It's worth a shot, but yeah, sure. I mean, especially when this guy is saying that he doesn't want to join a team like the Dodgers. Maybe that's in the cards. Could he come to the Mets? Love it. Could he come to the Yankees? I don't know. Even better. You could see that, right? Like Yankees are known for getting their international
Man, I
prospects
don't know
coming
what the
over,
Yankees are gonna do, bro. The Yankees need to do something.
Yeah,
Because
well,
the clock is
we could
ticking
do a
right now.
whole nother
The Mets,
episode on the Yankees, too,
the Mets have taken pressure off us, but eventually the eyes are gonna start looking back down there, and they're all gonna be looking when it's time to look.
That's a
Matty and W,
fact.
I got some more good news, right?
Yes.
The 2026 MLB draft, right? Of course, the White Sox are picking first. Tampa Bay is picking second, right? On the flip side, the New York Mets fell out of the lottery altogether, completing a dismal day in Queens. Because of their status as a high-level luxury
Right.
tax-paying team, the Mets needed to get into the top six to avoid dropping. They didn't, and
I
on the
think they're in
same
the
day,
27th, right?
yeah. So
Yeah.
the Mets came out of the lottery with the 27th pick
Yep.
of the first round.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you,
So
Gino, for bringing that up.
the
Appreciate you.
hits keep coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got it
Yeah.
right.
But yet, Steve Cohen is signing off on it. Steve Cohen approves of it, So, but there's still time, according to him. I don't know. Let's take a breath for a second. All right, I'm gonna play some audio from Gary Cohen, from one of our beloved broadcasters, and one of the best in the game. I would love to really just dissect a little bit of what he has to say, because if there's anybody that has a beat on Mets fandom and that team and the clubhouse, the whole nine, it's certainly my man Gary Cohen. All right, so let me share this for you guys so you can hear this while I'm playing it as well. All right, there you go. And everybody, for those on Twitch and YouTube, enjoy.
Well, to me, it's obvious that the Mets have to make a big offensive splash, much bigger than you would have expected going into the offseason. They traded Nimmo because that shored up the defense a little bit and took them away from 2 years of financial obligation that they would have had, 5 years for Nimmo, 3 for Semien. So that made some degree of sense. But the Mets have a lot of good position players coming up through the farm system, and part of this is to provide a ramp for Carson Bench and Jet Williams and A.J. Ewing. But those guys are not all going to be playing on opening day in 2026. I really think that the Mets have got to be in the market for Kyle Tucker, and I would not understand why they wouldn't be. He's ironically from the same high school as Pete Alonso, and he's 2 years younger and a tremendous all-around hitter. He's not a 40 home run hitter, but he's a 25 to 30 home run hitter and a much better average hitter. Yes, he's left-handed, and the Mets need some right-handed bats, and they're going to have to figure that part out. I've heard the idea of signing Paul Goldschmidt and platooning him with Jeff McNeil at first base. That could be part of the solution. I don't know. But I think that Tucker has to be right at the top of their list. And it'll be hard to understand with all the dollars the Mets now have available if that wasn't the case. Well, to me, it's obvious that...
do I need to play it back again for you guys? Are you guys good on that? Yeah.
I'm good.
All right.
I'm good.
Thoughts, Gino? Dumb?
They have to make the splash. I mean, we talked about that platoon idea when we thought of it. Gary said it like it was no problem, like it was a too bad idea.
I'd rather have Bellinger
Than Tucker?
Then Tucker?
Yeah.
The versatility and the age
The versatility,
difference.
the defense, Bellinger's gonna show up. I feel like too
The
many times
age. I mean, the age with Tucker, for sure. Like,
you get it, but this
Right.
is we're talking
That's
about
the two things. Bellinger's versatile, Tucker's younger.
Yeah, like I'm not. You know what? We got money to spend. It doesn't mean I need to give it to Bellinger. I mean, I need to give it to Tucker. I don't think so. I don't want to give it to Tucker.
I don't know.
Bellinger's
I
30.
really, I'm kind of
what-
with on the
what-
Gary side of things.
They're the same
What does
age.
Tucker
Tucker's
do?
29.
What does Tucker do that blows you away? Talk to me.
I mean, I
No,
just
go ahead.
think I just think he's a better prospect right now. I think that there's more to him. I like Bellinger. You know, he's been good, but I kind of know what I'm getting in him. I think there's just more upside with Tucker. You know, and
I'm
you know,
ready.
certainly for
I mean,
average. I mean, the guy hits for average. That I like that more than anything. I've been saying
266,
it. You know, I've been saying it for years. You know, like I mean, you know, it.
266 last year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what did Bellinger hit?
No, I'm just saying. You said he hits for average. I don't. I shouldn't have to go check and see what Bellinger hit. I'm just saying. You said he hits for average. He hit 266 last year.
Yeah, that's a lot better than Bellinger.
Does he? Does he do defensively what Bellinger does?
It's totally different. You know, I mean, I you know again, and
feel this.
I don't need him. You know, necessarily for that. You know, he's going to produce more. The WAR in itself is going to be much higher. His WAR last year, I could pull it up. You know,
Here's what
Well, let's
worries.
compare them then, man.
yeah,
Hold
yeah,
on.
for sure.
Here's what worries me about Tucker. Right? He's younger, right?
Two
So
years,
I feel like he's already hit his peak. I got a 30
28
and a
years
90.
old.
I got a 30 and a 92 in 2021. I got a 30 and a 107 in 2022. 2023, I got a 29 and 112. 2024, I got a 23 home runs, 49 RBIs. 2025, 22 home runs, 73 RBIs.
Yeah.
On a contract season.
It's
It
starting.
batted 289 in 2024 and 284 by the way in
Get,
2023. You know, so
average 268, 294, 257, 284, 289, 266.
Sound like about a 275 career hitter,
Yeah,
273 hitter. Sounds
I
like.
just
273.
Yeah,
yeah,
all right, there you go.
Yeah.
I don't feel like empty. I don't feel like backing up the Brinks truck for him.
You
That's
think
all
he
I'm
gonna end up? You don't think he's gonna be all that?
saying. No, I don't think so.
I mean, if the money's comparable, you think Tucker's value is way more in the market, though, correct? He's gonna get paid more money, way more money than Bellinger.
Yeah, I just don't want us to do it.
If he's gonna get paid more money than way more than Bellinger, I would rather have Bellinger too. But if the money's
I'd
the
rather have Bellinger.
same,
I mean,
I
if
don't
you're
care.
looking at just like last year, you know, Bellinger had the better year, no doubt. You know, and in terms of WAR, who gets it? It was Bellinger.
And then
So
Bellinger's played in New York already. If I was the Mets, I'd probably rather have Bellinger too. He's played here. And then people are talking about, does Tucker really like baseball? Those conversations. I don't know if you heard those, man.
Yeah, I
no,
Those
don't like it.
conversations are
I
coming out of Chicago
don't
that
like
Tucker
it in
doesn't
that.
really like he's one of these those conversations come up with him. And I'm just hearing this shit 2-3 days ago.
hmm,
Like
I don't like those
In
conversations.
Houston, he was the fucking man. Even though he wasn't the best player on the team, he didn't have to be. And then the Cubs grabbed him on a contract year, thinking he was going to go nuts, and then they were going to give him the money he wanted back. Here we have free agency. After Soto gets signed to this big deal, and these contracts, like Tucker's, I don't know. I think like I know Springer's an old man, but when you compare these Astro guys who come out the organization, I think Springer's a way better player, and Tucker won't ever be as good as that guy, in my opinion. But like if it was the Yankees, I'd rather have Bellinger, I'd rather have Tatis.
yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I think you know, Gino, you kind of convinced me a little bit. You know, in terms of the money value because inherently Kyle Tucker's probably going to get more money. You know, just because of the
Yeah,
age and all that. You know, he's got a couple of years
and
on
it's
him.
only 2 years.
You know,
It's only 2.
it's only 2 years, and the numbers are kind of like similar, but Bellinger definitely had the better year last year. A lot of what is being said about Tucker's ability is based on the previous 2 years in Houston. Didn't do well, you know, with, I mean, I wouldn't say he didn't do well with Chicago. It wasn't the standout season they were looking for.
Shit, right.
You know what I'm saying?
Truthfully, we weren't supposed to be able to compare Bellinger and him.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be a comparison.
All right.
He's supposed to be he was supposed to be through the stars,
Yeah.
and he hasn't stepped up and done it. I'm not paying him that money for that.
Okay.
Fair enough.
I can fair enough, right? I'm not going to argue that. I think that's a good take. I think you know the safer play is Bellinger, and I
Yeah.
like what Dub
He's
said
done it
too.
in
He's
the
already
city,
played
too.
it. Right, he's already
Smokes a
played
lot
in
of
New
weed.
York.
He's not worried about
You know,
nothing.
I agree. What's to say the
Bellinger's
Yankees
super
don't bring him
popular.
back though
Bellinger.
either? Why would Bellinger
No,
want to make the
man,
move to
the
Queens?
Yankees are playing games.
Yeah,
I think
The
we're,
Yankees
I think we're willing to fight for him. And on top of that, you know what made me really convinced about Bellinger? So I might be bugging, but I think the greatest player in the game right now, I think his wife Bellinger used to date, and I don't know if he took her from Bellinger or
Oh,
whatever. If I can back behind that guy and put up those kind of numbers, nothing's gonna phase me.
Oh, what's his name? Who's Bellin? Who's
The
the guy
bre-
you
the best
talking about?
the best player in baseball right now on your team, his wife used to date Bellinger. That was Doug Bellinger's girl.
Judge's wife?
Yes,
yeah.
Right. And they
yes.
cool.
And they cool, they chilling. And you see what he batted behind. He basically batted behind them.
They cool.
You
I
remember?
heard that before. And they
Yes.
cool homies.
And I
Like,
was like,
what kind of guy?
I said, I
Bellinger
said,
must be a
watch
hell of a
Bellinger.
guy.
I said, watch
Bellinger must be
Bellinger.
a
Let me
hell
see
of
what
a
he do this.
motherfucker, bro.
Come on, man. Hey,
I
man.
want look, you making me convinced. I need him back.
Tucker would have been somewhere. Tucker would have been somewhere hurt. Like, man, I don't know if I can do it, man.
Yeah, play with it. He played with Judge, and Judge plays with him no problemo. Bellinger play with Judge, they cooling. They on the
Yeah,
bench together.
and your new dude is hotter than me. Your new dude is that guy, and I can still
And I don't
perform.
and
Come
I
on.
still can perform. Yeah, your new boyfriend is way better than me. And I still go play with him and I'm good. This guy's good. Yeah, he's a cool
Yeah,
customer.
I'm a Bellinger guy.
That's
But we
because
always talk about
Bellinger
what's
be
he's getting.
smoking all the weed all the time, and he'd be chilling there.
Yeah,
Right?
he's
He don't give a
chilling.
fuck.
Nothing to worry about, man.
As long as he hits the ball in the middle, he's good.
Yeah,
All
he
right,
good
I'm
money,
in
yo.
favor. Either way, Tucker or Bellinger, I'm in favor. Like bring them on. There's no reason not to. You're probably gonna spend a little bit more for Tucker, and in terms of production, I guess it doesn't really necessarily make sense. So Gino makes a good point on that. But still, that it still leaves other holes. That bullpen needs to be addressed. I mean, even if they do go out and get a schoolboy or a Framber Valdez or Michael King, or one of these Japanese pitching prospects, you still don't have a bullpen at all at the moment. You gave
No,
away your best, your best bullpen. You're hoping on the fact that there's a resurgence here from Devin Williams. One can only hope, which I think there's a chance for sure. But didn't they give away their coaching?
first base,
Their pitching coach.
yeah, first base.
Yeah, no, they gave first base coach and they gave away their pitching coach. Right, he's gone.
So what do you expect from the Mets this year?
Oh, jeez, I
Like,
can't answer that yet because
I'm just saying because
record wise, I mean, we gotta wait. There's no.
no, the reason why I asked that is with it kind of really feeling like a transitional year. What do you expect from the Mets? Because that's going to play a big role in the way you look at the Mets this year. We walked into the last season thinking that we belonged in the World Series, and when it didn't happen, this is what we got now. This
I
year,
still gotta look at. Yeah, you go.
from my vantage point, I'm thinking that we're probably not going to be better than the Phillies or the Braves this year, and we're going to be fighting dogfight with the Marlins and Washington.
Can I give you guys some notable free agents that are still available in baseball?
Yeah,
Okay. Luis Ariz from San Diego. Guys know the deal. Singles machine.
Yeah.
Harrison Bader, Philadelphia Phillies. Chris Bassett, Toronto Blue Jays. Cody Bellinger, aforementioned. Bo Bichette, Toronto Blue Jays. Alex Bregman opted out with the Red Sox. He's a free agent. Pete Fairbanks from the Tampa Bay Rays. You guys know Pete Fairbanks, solid
Yeah.
pitcher. He's a free agent. Zach Gallen from the Arizona Diamondbacks is a free
Also
agent, the
very good.
30-year-old. Very solid, 3.5 ERA last year. Adalis Garcia, outfielder for the Rangers. He hit 39 home runs in 2023 in their World Series season. He's a free agent at 32. Luis Giolito, you guys know Luis from former White Sox, current Red Sox, or from coming off that UCL surgery. He had that one good season, so he's a free agent. As you guys, Maddie brought up, Tatsuya Aimi from Japan. Kenley Jensen is still available. No, Kenley Jensen from the Dodgers. He's going to be available now.
Yeah.
He's an angel last year, but he's available. We find some more guys. Michael King, Nick Martinez. These guys, it's alphabetical order, by the way. Cincinnati Reds, Ryan O'Hearn, Okamoto. That's the guy Matty talking about. Marcelo Soon is a free agent, DH from the Braves. Jorge Polanco from Seattle. He had that big playoff. Realmuto, Tyler Rogers from the Mets, Max Scherzer, Eugenio, my cousin Gino's favorite, Eugenio Suarez,
Yeah.
Ranger Suarez from
Regular.
the Phillies, right? Robert Suarez, the closer from the Padres, Tucker Takashi, Framber Valdez, Justin Verlander, Luke Weaver, and Mike Yastrzemski.
No, Mike Yastrzemski just signed.
Okay, there you go. This is 2 days, a day and a half old. You're right. There you go, cousin.
Where's, Mike Yastrzemski signed 2-year deal with Atlanta on the 10th.
He's 35 already, yo. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that
He's
crazy?
35 years old.
Isn't
I
that
remember
saying
he
that
came to
he's
big league.
35? I remember that too.
Yeah.
That's kind of absurd,
grandson.
right?
Carl Yastrzemski's grandson.
I remember that. And I'm like, he's 35 already? That's
He's 35, yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, and you know, I've been looking through the list all night. You're right. There's a lot of good prospects out there. You know, things can change.
Good players. And you could put some shit together with, and there's some inexpensive good players.
For
too.
sure.
Like,
For sure.
Arias, no one cares about him, but you put him in the right spot, he fill up your line, he fill up your lineup.
Yep.
A lot of guys don't appreciate that player, including myself. But a guy like that in the right spot, fill your lineup up. Forget about all these big names we've been talking about. We forgot about the Eugenio Suarez and the Real Mutos and the Jorge Polancos and those Sooners, and then the guy in the Rangers, like I was talking about. Players like that. That guy in the Rangers with the 39 home runs, Garcia, he doesn't seem like he'll be crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like him. No.
No,
I'm not
he
saying
won't.
him
But,
per se,
but Dubby's got a point, though.
You know what I mean? Those kind of guys.
piece together the right guys at the right time.
Right.
And, yeah, you could get, spark in a bottle.
Lightning in a bottle, right.
Yeah, right. It can happen.
Nick Martinez is a good pitcher, Cuzzo.
Yeah.
Matty, I was thinking the other day, as much as I love Jonathan, he reminds me too much of the Freak from San Francisco.
Yes.
And his pitching motion is too violent, and I feel like he's not going to be in the league long. So if we can sucker him off to another team in a big trade,
it might not be a bad move.
I'm down for it.
To be honest with you, I think the Freak was better. I watched Jonathan. I was there for his first game. I was there for his second game. I like him. But yes, I agree with you. Trade him high now and get some value. They're not going to. Just to let you know.
You guys are so mature, and seasoned Met fans. 22-year-old Met fans tell you guys to kick rocks, boomers. Trade Jonathan, you morons.
No, he needs to go. Yeah. Noah McLean is the real deal. He's the DeGrom, Syndergaard, Wheeler of the group. You know what I mean? McLean is the guy. You need to hold on to him. Tong, as good as he might be, and he might be for a short period of time, I don't think long term.
That's what I'm saying.
He just doesn't look it too. The framework.
Big deal.
Yeah.
You get the free agent you want, then you swing a deal for the player you want who's not a free agent that's on the block.
And listen,
whether it be
Doug just said it. You got Zach Allen out there. You got Michael King. You got Chris Bassett. You got Ranger Suarez, Framber Valdez.
Good pitchers. Man.
Patrick Corbin. Shit. I know he's 36, but even, for like a fourth, fifth guy, that could work, man. It really could. A Lucas Giolito at 30, at 30 years old.
Bo Bichette's name, bro. Bo Bichette, we forgot about it.
Yeah, Bo Bichette really been falling under the radar. Now, I think his value's down a little bit, but you're damn straight. Like, why is he not?
He looked like he could ball in that World Series. He was balling.
He was ready to go. Why is he not a conversation, right? Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. And they're making us think, and we're getting fed into, like, the hysteria.
Don't think that. There is hysteria. The hysteria is real and is necessary because you've literally shifted the whole culture. You have adamantly decided that we are shaking things the fuck up. And maybe it was necessary.
It was.
I'm not. I'm trying to justify it.
It was.
Gino's on board already.
Alcantara,
It was.
Alcantara is on the trade block. C.J. Abrams on the trade block.
I like
So,
CJ.
yeah, young. He's a baby. They're ready. Washington's already ready to trade him. These guys are crazy.
They're crazy.
Yeah,
Well, they got a
he's
new
24.
toy. Yeah, they got a new toy to
They got a
show
new
off.
toy to replace him.
Yeah.
I hate these low budget teams, yo. They got one player. We could get rid of our best player. We got
Washington knows how it feels to win a championship. They're not playing no games, man.
They're not the Pirates, yo.
Yeah, they're not the Pirates. They're not playing no games. Come on, man.
Man.
You're not running the ball all the way out to first base, and you over here like trying to act like a young boy.
CJM's a prima donna.
Yeah. They ain't got time for that.
Yeah, young boys be wild.
We gotta talk to you about showing effort. Don't worry about it. You show you better than we can tell you.
All right. Scott Boras had some comments. All right, about
the antagonizer. I know he's antagonizing. Go ahead. I know they're antagonistic.
I don't know if you guys have seen this, but Scott Boras was interviewed. I believe it was down at the winter meetings. About Cody Bellinger's market and the outlook of everything. And of course, Scott Boras being Scott Boras and just...
Cody Bellinger got Scott Boras. Oh, Scott Boras. Cody Bellinger ain't going to the Mets. The Mets ain't fucking with Scott Boras.
Scott Boras is going to get the high value out of him, but he might be to the Mets. That might happen. He's not getting... he's not... Maybe he's waiting for Kyle Tucker to sign so that he can set the market for Bellinger.
That's not his free agent, right? Kyle Tucker.
I don't know if Kyle Tucker is his. Probably not.
All right, go ahead. Scott Boras. Let's do it.
Yes, yeah. Let me just share it to you guys real quick. Okay. Jeez. But if you ever have watched Scott Boras in the past,
he's a jerk.
Yeah, and well, here's the reason why.
Gotta be a jerk
Belly
to do that
is,
job.
he's. I mean, it's not for me to judge, but great players see red if they lose that they have a big bat yanked out of their lineup. I haven't met a team that dodges a five-tool player to fill the center field need is a giant step towards the playoffs. North and south, outfielders that fly with power, they're rare birds. In the off season, there's a lot of startup to organizations, and for that reason, there's a lot of angel investors that are looking for very versatile outfielders. So other than that, Belly doesn't have much interest.
You see him
Belly
dropping
is,
all the puns right there. I don't know if you guys want me to play it one more time.
Flying through the outfield, angel investors.
The rare birds. The rare birds. Yanked from the lineup. Dodging. If you guys see in the comments right there, it kind of alludes to the teams that he referred to in that little poetic, quote there from him. Yeah, so mentioning basically the Red Sox, Reds, Yankees, Mets, Dodgers, Phillies, Giants, Cubs, White Sox, Angels. Now, that's just speculation, but...
He said, I don't know anyone who dodges a five-tool player.
Yeah.
That was pretty clever.
It was pretty clever, actually. I wonder how long it took him to write that,
Somebody made it for him.
You think so?
Yes.
Or ChatGPT actually might have made it for him. Who knows? I don't know if I'll give him that much credit there. But that was a comment from good old Scott. All right. Any thoughts, fellas, there? What do we think I think. I mean,
man.
clearly shows
this is.
that the market is open for Bellinger.
I'm worried about
You
losing
know,
him. To be honest, I ain't gonna lie, but I'm
as a
ready
Yankee
for it.
fan, you should be.
Yeah, as a Yankee fan, I'm worried about losing him. I mean, I don't give a shit as much as I did in 1999, but I still want them to keep my players. I want Bellinger back. I would like to make a deal for another outfielder. No, actually, bring Bellinger back. I still got to. I'd probably be interested in Tatis to play in the infield.
Yeah.
That's what I would like. And a pitcher. I'm getting back the G Cole, the gangster. I'm getting him back, and I got Freed, even though I don't expect Freed to stay healthy because historically he's on again and off again, and he was on last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm worried about that a little bit. I'm a trend guy. We need a bullpen guy, but just to start it off, honestly, if what's his name was available, I would be. I heard that Ketel Marte might be on a trading block. I would be interested in that as well. You heard, Gino? I'll be interested in
Does
him.
that mean? I mean,
I love him.
Pete Alonso this week.
Yeah, because he's like
I
a
did see Pete was
Jazz
coming.
Chisholm who actually hits the baseball.
I think Pete knows us really well. I think we know
average
Pete
and
really
for
well.
Yeah, so I would, if I can get him, I
Does
would
that
move
mean-
on from Jazz. Because the Jazz is going to play the way he played last year, just swing. I don't want that shit again, Cuzzo. I like the brother. I like the young brother. I do. I like his style. I like everything about him. But at the end of the day, we were winning games. If he's going to swing the bat the way he swings it with just, just looking like he's fucking Schwarber, I'm not with that shit, bro. He not Pete. That's not the kind of player I want him to be. Right?
Gotcha. So
Right or
why-
wrong?
why-
He can't,
why don't
Matty, that kid can't hit 275 if he wanted to. Instead of trying to be this fucking slugger, he want to be Jimmy Fox.
I'm sure he could.
That's what I want from him. He's a tremendous athlete, tremendous talent. He can play many positions. He's versatile. He has warts, no doubt. But that power he showed us, I'm glad to see it because he didn't have that in Florida. Now his body developed, we see the power, but now he's getting sucked into that home run trajectory shit. Fuck that.
Right.
So, as far as Volpe goes, hearing what we're hearing, Volpe was way better defender his rookie year than his second year, his sophomore year, right, guys?
Yeah.
We hearing Volpe's fucking shoulders is totally twisted. He cleaned it up. We'll find out because if it doesn't work out for him, same thing, But I'd rather have if I could tell Martado and then get him to play short. Actually, Cattell play second. Chisholm, I don't know, man, but I don't want that Jazz back, and I don't want to have Volpe hitting 220 last year because I still got Ryan McMahon at third base. He's under contract. He's a 230 guy, but at least he's a perennial defender.
How many home runs does he hit?
Probably 18 to 23,
Okay.
16, some shit like that. He's probably at 26 in college.
Is he a Gold Glover at third base?
Yeah, he's a premier defender. I don't know if he has a Gold Glove, but he's an excellent defender.
Okay.
They have a lot, and just me rattling that shit off to you guys, they have a lot of holes, man. I didn't even realize I started saying it like, whoa, that's a lot. And then they say they don't really want to fuck with the to bump up the payroll. They want to keep it down a little bit. So it's disheartening. So all the Yankee fans, real quick. Go ahead.
No, you're going to finish it off.
Okay, real quick. The Yankee fans, guys, we're sitting here, we're laughing at these guys, at the orange and blue people in Queens. Ooh-wee. You know what they say, laugh now, cry later. You cannot sit here with your barn door open and I'm laughing at Rob down the street. So our barn doors wide open.
I think the first month of the season, two of their pitchers are not going to be there, so they got to hold on because I don't think they start right at the beginning of the season.
Right.
So they at least two of them are at least missing a month, I believe.
Yeah, Cole's not coming till May or June, probably. Right. I know that.
Okay.
And that's okay, actually. You probably want that, to be honest with you. That's a good thing for the Yankees. But, there's definitely some things that need to be addressed for them, no doubt. And we'll get to them a little later. I just wanted to mention, shout out to Jay Palmer on YouTube. He had a comment before about 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry that I didn't catch you sooner, Jay. Hope you're still with us. Is it crazy to think that the O's could sign Tucker as well and trade for a pitcher? Absolutely. I mean, trade for a pitcher, they could just sign a pitcher. I mentioned it
Yeah,
before. The O's
they got the money.
they're in a position here, and maybe they're not done. I say Pete signing with the O's was a money move for him, and I truly do believe so because they're not in contending position. But there was a lot of hope for this organization 2 years ago. It kind of flopped on its back last year, but who's to say that doesn't turn around, especially now with adding the addition to Pete to this lineup. A couple of more signings along the way, and all of a sudden, Baltimore's in the mix. Now, Toronto, certainly what they have already done, on top of that offense, being phenomenal.
The AL East back to being the AL East, man. It's so dangerous.
For sure.
And like, once again, man, the Yankees fuck around will make the playoffs, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who? They're capable. If they, I don't.
The O's you talking about?
No, the Yanks, man. The Yanks. If they lose, I'm gonna chill, yo. I'm not gonna jump the gun, yo. I'll wait till January.
Are you saying the Yankees may not make the playoffs?
Yeah, if they fuck around, bro. The way the division's constructed, it could be them that's out this year.
Sure.
Basically, we had 3 teams make it last year, and that shit was not gonna happen. It happens in the AL East. I get it, but it's just difficult, man. We're playing each other 18 times.
Mm-hmm.
Baltimore doesn't want to be there. Baltimore was playing good baseball 3 years ago. They were contending. Remember?
Yeah.
So they didn't miss their window?
No, but they're trying to recoup. Remember, they got a new young set of young boys with what's his name? Those two young guys.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just not impressed, but we'll see.
With Holiday and Jackson Holiday and my other youngin over. They got
Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson. Sure.
Now they got Pete Alonso, right?
Yeah, I mean, sure. Adley Rutschman, down here. Gunnar Henderson, really down here. But these guys are very young. Very young.
Gunner's going to regroup.
Yeah, sure. Gunner's young. I think it's 21, 22. Like, ridiculous. Like, I mean, like...
They want to be they want to be the new Blue Jays. Like how the Blue Jays came up with the young boys.
They could be. For me, Pete going there was certainly a money move. I don't think a lot of teams, if any, were willing to give him 5 years. The second he's seen it, jump on it.
But think about it. I'm glad Jay Palmer commented. We can talk about the Orioles point of view, especially as a Yankee AL East opponent. That bandbox they play in, man, it's like Schwarber and Philly.
Yeah.
Pete's gonna go crazy out there. You don't got to hit the ball in LaGuardia anymore.
Yeah.
He's that bro. It's just right down the driveway. It's like you hitting balls down the driveway, bro, out there for him. So you put him there with those young players who can get on base and his experience, because he's not a lot of old men on the team. They got rid of Mullins. They got rid of Santander. You know what I'm saying?
He's definitely going to be the face of the team. He's going to be that veteran presence that comes in.
Veteran presence, with the young boys,
sure.
yes.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to seeing what they got going on.
I am too.
As a Yankee fan, I'm not, but just as a baseball fan, they got some shit going on.
I'm with you, Dub. I wish the best for Pete. I hope he does well down there. I really do. I'm not salty on him for moving. You
think pitcher-wise they can compete?
Baltimore at the moment, no. They need to make moves. They need to address that situation, much like the Mets do, and some
young arms that should be a little better.
Let's say they have a decent offseason. They're still not going to be better than the Blue Jays, the Yankees.
Well, Blue Jays right now, I mean, I don't know if they won't be better than the Yankees, Gino. You can't say that.
No, I think they'll be better than the Yankees. I don't think they'll be better than the Yankees. The Orioles ain't going to be better than the Yankees, but they're going to beat us more than they did last year.
I'll say this much. You guys didn't have your top line starter most of the year. And you guys still made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be. Okay. I agree with that. Part.
You got what's the name who's realizing who he is now? What's his name? Is it Schlittler?
Cam Schlittler. Schlittler. Yeah, Schlittler.
Look, we're not playing with the Yankees rotation. We know that Yankees rotation.
The Orioles not gonna fuck with them. I'm just saying that the Orioles will beat them more. The Orioles probably beat them 5 times last year. They'll beat them 8 this year. And that's more losses.
I disagree.
And then,
I totally see a scenario in which the Orioles could be better than the Yankees, but okay.
nah, the Orioles ain't good enough, Brady. Yeah,
Not at the moment. But
You wanna say
to
Boston or
Jay
Toronto?
Palmer's point,
Hell yeah.
point, they're not done yet.
So you think they could? Oh well, all right. Once again, this is totally. So this is.
I'm just
you
saying.
still
No,
have-
if it's constructed as it is now, of course not.
Let's find out. All right,
You know,
fine.
Of course
Touche.
not. But like, there's like Steve Cohen said, there's plenty of time in free agency yet. So
we'll leave it at that.
they can make. If Framber, signs with the Orioles, how you feeling? Michael King signs there too. How you feeling? Like,
I think
Toronto's got a
gentlemen.
dominant starting pitching, so nobody's competing with that
I
as of
think
right
when
now.
when these pieces fall through, we got to come back and do this shit again.
No,
man,
hold
and
on.
really-
I got a
For
question
sure.
for you guys.
Yeah,
I got a question for you guys because you guys. Did
we
the
will,
prediction show.
Dub. All right,
Yeah,
I think we
yeah,
have
just,
to. Yeah, when
Besides,
it
we have-
happens, we will be talking.
You guys did the prediction show last year before the season started.
Yeah.
How did
Right.
the predictions end up?
What
That's a
with
good
the
question.
predictions?
Yeah,
Baseball,
how
we
did
went
do
over
for the season? Who'd y'all have in the World Series? Who'd y'all have? Like, how did it end up?
I
Did we
forget.
all
I
go
think
over
we
tonight?
equally had the Dodgers. I don't have it on hand though.
Okay.
I thought the Yankees would miss the postseason. I was wrong about
I'll tell
that.
you one thing. Next time we'll have it because that was something
Did
we
all three-
talked about.
Yeah.
Did all three of us have the Mets in the playoffs?
Yes, I had the Mets. And
I don't know
Braves.
if I did. I might not have.
No, you
Okay.
did. You had them making a wild card. I remember that much.
Okay.
Okay. I would like to see if you can dig it up and find it. I would love to
I
see
will.
what that was.
We have an old episode on it, so yeah,
I
I just
had
have
Cleveland.
to.
I had
go back
Cleveland
and
winning the
watch it.
division.
Yes, I remember that.
Yes.
And I had that.
And I had Boston winning the AL East.
Yes, you did.
Winning the division.
Yeah, I had Boston winning the AL East.
You were
Mets.
there,
I had
Gino.
Mets coming in
Gino.
second.
Huh?
I had Mets
Gino,
coming
I
in
remember-
second in division. Yeah, dumb. You take it.
Detroit winning
Gino,
the
I don't know
division?
if Gino called in or if Gino typed
I
in.
believe
because
so. I
remember
think you did for that episode, Gino. I think you called in for that
you
one.
called in or something because you both guys were on my ass about Cleveland. Like, you think they Cleveland is, so I'm ready for Detroit. And I was like, you know what? And I went with it. That's how come I remember. But you were really involved in that show. It wasn't just typing.
Yeah.
You spoke. It was a conversation. You called in. So
did-
yeah,
You think any one of you had Detroit winning the division?
you did.
I
I
did,
did.
right?
Yeah, you guys did. I had Cleveland.
Okay.
Dub, I did, right? I told
Yeah,
you
you guys
about
had
Detroit,
Detroit.
right? That I was on
Yes.
Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll double check that, but I'm pretty sure I had Detroit winning. Yeah.
All of you guys were convinced that Houston was done too, right?
I think so. Yes, I think I killed them.
Okay.
I was checking for Texas.
I had
and
them in the
Seattle.
playoffs.
I was on Texas's nuts.
I had
was
them
on
in the
top of that.
playoffs, but I don't think they were the division winners for
I
me.
think I
Yeah.
don't think I had them in there at all. I
So
should have on
nobody-
the Twins.
Yeah, you
But
were
at the end of the
low.
day-
You were low on Houston, Dub. I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was down.
At the
Yeah,
end
we
of the day,
remember
nobody
most of it.
At the end of the day, nobody had a repeat of the World Series though. Dodgers, Yankees, right?
No,
Nobody had
no,
that.
we did not have that prediction. I forget who I had.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
I think
Okay.
I had
I wrote that
LA, and did I? Part of me wants to think I had the Phillies in the World Series, but I don't.
Yeah, I don't want to say I
Yeah.
didn't have the Yankees in, but I don't see how I could have picked them, but I probably did. But I don't think I had the rematch. But how could I not take them the Dodgers? I don't know. Making me really
think
want to go look at that show.
Yeah, now I actually for the World Series prediction, I want to look back because
We have, you know what?
I think
we did a whole
part
show,
of me thinks
bro.
I predicted it.
Bro, listen,
I
we're
think
gonna
I
look at that
had
show,
I
bro.
think I had LA and Toronto.
Gino got us on the spot over here, bro.
Yeah,
I always remember when people do prediction shows.
Yeah,
I always,
yeah.
but you don't always go
I know
back
we
to them.
never we
Nah, we
never
will, we
reconvene
will.
on that. Yeah, we have to go back
We
and
need
do
to.
that, especially now.
But we have to,
Um,
especially going into the season and all that. And yeah,
'Cause
Yeah.
I know
talk a lot of shit.
I know I was pretty high on the Mets.
Yeah, me
oh,
too.
God.
Me too. But I know I just still, as high as I was on the Mets, I did not have them to win the division. I thought it would be
I'll tell
very
you one
close.
thing, I didn't know the
you
Braves.
know?
I didn't know the Braves. None of us knew the Braves were going to be a shit show.
No, nobody.
I didn't have them. I had them coming in third. I had the Phillies
Not,
winning the
they
division.
won like 77 games though, man. They sucked. They won like 78 games.
No,
They
I
were
know
trash.
it was bad. Yeah.
They were pretty bad.
And I don't really see them being much better going into this year either, unless they make some moves.
It's the Braves, man. You got to be careful with those guys. They're sneaky.
For sure, but the Phillies are still intact. And if they can add to what they already have, they kept their man in Kyle Schwarber. Obviously, we know was 5 years, 150.
Right.
If they can add to that, man, that culture in Philly, it's a winning culture. It's a whole vibe out there. Bryce Harper's still doing his thing.
One thing I'm going to say.
Yeah.
One thing I'm going to say I don't like about Philly is what the GM said about Bryce Harper, and I don't know why, but I feel like that's going to be a problem.
Or remind me on that.
He basically made it seem like Bryce Harper's good days are behind him.
When did he say that? That was last year?
Probably a couple of weeks back.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, before the winter meeting started, he said that. Yep.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I said about it? I feel like Bryce Harper is already signed into a 14, 13-year deal. So the GM wants to talk shit to him and trash him and motivate him or whatever he wants to say. It doesn't matter because Bryce is already – where's he going to go?
I mean, man, listen,
He is slacked off. Maybe they feel like, they need something from him because he has to step up. It's him that – he don't have a World Series. Soto got one. He don't have one.
It was so bad that Dombrowski had to come back and apologize and basically and say that Harper was like a cornerstone of what they're doing.
Right.
And the initial comments were not nice.
Don't you know Bryce Harper though, how he is though? You know he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think that's a real motivation for him. He's gonna be pissed. And he want to show people he's a super competitor. And I really think that was calculated. But we'll see. Whatever it takes to get the edge.
Interesting.
Because even if, they can't get rid of him. He's untradeable. He's like Stanton.
He's 33 years old.
It's untradeable.
I'm even seeing reports that, Forbes, as of 13 hours ago, seeing, Yahoo Sports talk about it, a lot of other outlets, just hinting at a move of Bryce Harper after the Kyle Schwarber signing, which that doesn't necessarily make sense. I think you're just trying to keep guys intact.
A boatload of money. How much left on that contract? He makes a boatload of money. He's got to have that contract was
till he turns 40. It's a 13-year, $330 million. So
the contract was till he goes 40. They were till they turn 40. Those deals.
It goes through 2031. He would be 38 years old. There's a $20 million signing bonus, fully guaranteed. No opt-outs.
So he's got 7 years left on the 14-year deal.
And it's a no trade clause. I mean, like this.
And he has a no trade clause.
Right. So he's got, as of right now, it's 2031. So he's got 6 years left.
So the GM, you think the GM's trying to make him mad and make him want to leave or something?
I don't know.
To ask for a trade?
He's not performing at an MVP level.
I agree, though, man.
What the hell do you expect at age 33? I mean,
no, he's close. 33's MVP age. He's close to step up,
no, bro. Biologically, you're past your prime after 32.
So the next 6 years is a wash of the deal. That's it. That's all.
It's not going to be his best years. I think that's not like a hot take.
No, 33-year-olds win MVPs, bro. You still could play.
Yes, I'm not saying he could. He could have an amazing year this year, but I'm not.
I know you're not the same at 29.
It wouldn't be far-fetched that he does not have a good year this year or whatever.
He has a lot. Granted, Matt, he has a lot of miles on him. He's been in the big league since he's 19. If you said that to me, I would have fucking,
He's been in the league for 13 years, bro.
Yeah, he's been in the league since he was 19 years old. No question.
It's implied, and we don't need to say it. It's implied.
It is implied. Yeah. But I don't think he's done. In my opinion, I think he can give me another MVP, top 4 MVP finish. Why not? Nah. Damn. These guys are tough.
Tough crowd.
If you wanna give him shots, yeah.
Listen. I'm not. If I'm Phillies, I'm not moving him one bit. Like, why is that even on the table? Right. For one, he's not tradable, so he's got to opt. He's got to opt into it.
It is what it is.
You know,
he's a Philly.
You're sticking around, yeah, and for good reason. He's 33. He's good value. He like you said, he could have an MVP potential year. I mean, just last year, the previous year, just throw off some of his number. 285. All right, 30 home runs in 2024, 2023, 293. With 20 and 21 home runs, albeit 126 games in 2023. But, yeah, it wasn't garbage last year. He batted 261 with 27 home runs. It's good.
They want more. Yeah,
it's good value. Yeah, they want more. Obviously, if they're paying him $330 million, they want more.
Bro, Trout was awesome last year. Trout was better than him. Still,
all right, guys, we got to relax a little bit. Yes, we throw around these contracts and we expect the moon. We got to chill a little bit. Soto was not great in the first year, but Soto's going to be worth it in the long run. Worth it, I
got a question for you. In the last 10 years, who's been more healthier, Trout or Ron Washington?
Probably Ron Washington for the sake of the bit. Yeah.
To that World Series against the Cardinals, yo.
Get out of here with that Trout stuff. His highlight of his career right now is getting struck out by Shohei in the WBC. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here with
that.
Trout.
Was a phenomenal moment, by the way. I'll just say that.
Trout's all the fame.
Speaking. All right, hold on. I did have a graphic up here. Hold on. I'll find it. Speaking about the WBC, Gino. Here we go. I'll pull it up for you guys right now. All right. There's a little WBC news tonight. I'm going to share this with you guys so you see it as well. You can check it on your screen, Gino and Dub. These are the United States committed players for the 2026 World Baseball Classic. Aaron Judge, the beautiful Aaron Judge, Paul Skeens, Bobby Witt Jr., Cal Riley, Pete Crow Armstrong, Corbin Carroll, Kyle Schwarber, Will Smith, Gunnar Henderson, and Bryce Terang. So a nice committed group right there. There will be more for sure, but I like that.
So are you saying if Diaz breaks his leg again, it won't be on the back of the net? Is that what you're trying to say this time? I'm not really
listen,
sure. We're not
I can't. That's too much, Gino. You know what? If it happens, bro, I'm good with it.
He said, my leg. Yo, you remember the sympathy and love he got? Remember that
That's terrible.
He said, my leg. Fucking killing me.
Oh my God.
The list of bench players is also in the comments, apparently. I don't know who the hell that is, but I'll go with it. Will Smith,
no matter what happens, you're going to bring back Edwin Diaz and go back up.
Yeah. I wonder if Diaz will play for the WBC. Is he going to?
What was he trying to do? Cover first base when he snapped his leg? Or he snapped it right on the mound pitching?
Do you want me to look it up? We could get that clip. I get that clip.
If you want to get it, yo, go ahead.
Yeah, I can pull it up real quick. I gotta take away this graphic for everybody though.
What about when Diaz walks a person to third, second, and first, and gets a strikeout and wants to yell?
Damn, a lot of hate for Diaz, bro. Like, jeez.
Diaz, walk out with Diaz, son. Fuck him, son.
Jeez. I love Edwin, bro. He was the shit. Don't even. I'm gonna miss those trumpets in City Field, bro.
Sour grapes are better, bro.
Gino, were you there for the trumpets? Were you even there, bro? All right. Because I was there for the trumpets. All right. Those damn trumpets, that make you feel good. All right. Yeah, we were out there vibing.
He took a show to LA like Sandy Koufax in them, bro.
How you bring the trumpets out and then walk two guys and not everybody in the stadium?
Bro, he was one of the most dominant relievers in all of baseball. Stop. He had a ERA under 2 last year, under 1.5.
Bring the video up, Maddie. Let's see the
Stop.
video.
I'm trying. Hey, listen. All right. Jesus Christ.
We don't see that. We need that.
Yeah, all right.
energy
Listen,
built
Let's
Dropped from $150.
Let's see him on the World Baseball Classic. So we can
Oh,
feel
God. I got to get rid of this freaking. Hold on here. Jesus. Killing
Yo,
me.
we're getting out of here. We wrap this. We're getting out of here tonight. I can't with you guys. I gotta pee.
All right, everybody.
myself.
Do you want to go pee or you want to see this Diaz clip real
No, I
quick?
want to see Diaz.
Yeah.
All right.
get on
I'm pulling
Diaz
it
clip.
up for you, everybody. All right. Please, for the sake of
natives are
the
restless.
YouTube gods, please do not take down my footage. I do not own this this footage.
My leg. Diaz gonna strike this shit.
All
My
right.
leg.
I am purely watching it for highlight purposes and for the sake of my YouTube and Twitch viewers. It's purely educational, nothing else. All right, here we go, everybody. Here's Diaz, 5-2 in the World Baseball. This is bottom of the ninth, 3-2 with 2 out, by the way. Jesus. Is this it? Yeah. There was 3-2 with 2 out in the bottom of the ninth and he gets injured? That's crazy. I don't really remember that. All
How many
right.
guys on base, yo?
Nobody. But down 5, up 5-2. Up 5-2. So they were up 3. 1 strike away
That's
from
when he
winning it
definitely was
all.
facing.
And that's when he got terrible.
Let's go.
3-2. That is strike
Wait,
3
no.
called.
That is the strike. Is this the... He got injured after the celebration? Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
think
right.
so.
He was celebrating. Yeah. I forget something. Yeah.
Idiot.
So the strikeout up and in.
Look, he's on the ground right
And
now.
look. Down goes Diaz.
Down goes Diaz.
Down goes Diaz. Ay.
I said
We shouldn't be laughing at it. Why are you laughing?
I celebrate that my leg died.
Oh my God! I was just watching an interview with Buck Showalter the other day about this moment. Look, Diaz. Look, there he is, down.
My leg died.
Buck Showalter said that he knew the season was over. He got a call from Brandon Nimmo when he was like, Brandon Nimmo called him. It was late, and he was like, "Are you watching this?" Buck Showalter usually goes to bed early. Showalter said, "No, what's going on, young man?" He's like, you need to turn on the TV. You need to see this. And they knew that the season was over right then and there. That's what Buck Showalter said. They walked into spring training that year, and they knew it was over.
How dare he not give us a right of first refusal? How dare
What
he?
did he do? He jumped in the air?
I'll play it back one more time. Here we go. Jumpy. Hey. Oh, fuck. What's the matter? He's down.
That's what he heard it?
Holy.
When they were doing that?
Yeah, that was it, bro. That was it.
If they were doing a little harder jump up and down, that's when he broke his shit.
Yeah.
That was it, bro.
Oh no, my leg.
That's terrible. We should not be laughing about this. All right, I'm taking it down.
Hopefully Edwin
That's
Diaz
it.
isn't really hurt.
What happened, Edwin?
Yo, this is some hating ass bitter shit, bro. We laughing at this shit.
I didn't start this. You're the one that's
I
laughing.
know.
You're the one that's
but I know,
laughing
I
over here.
said it earlier. I said sour grapes. Let's do it. I said it. I condoned it.
Edwin, what
But
happened? I celebrate that I'm playing.
Terrible.
Oh my God.
Yo, that motherfucker came back like $69 million.
I'm trying to make sure that the YouTube stream is still up.
Oh my God. Yo, bro, I had tears in my eyes. Can y'all see them?
Yeah,
Can y'all
I
see
think,
the
I think we're
tears in my
still
eye?
good. Everybody, if
Oh
anybody's
my
watching on
God.
YouTube, I see a couple of people in here watching us right now. Just let us know. Hey man, if you're chilling and watching, say what up. Drop a comment. Let us know what's going on.
Bro.
All right.
He
We have
out.
hit midnight on the East Coast.
Yeah. And then he told them to come to him. He said,
A lot of hatred towards my boy Edwin Diaz, who has decided to go join the enemy. There was a discussion. Yeah.
Maddie, fucking Maddie.
Yo, I have a discussion here though. Let's get real for a second though, and then, I don't want to go page unresponsive. Did they take down the YouTube stream because of that?
Copyright.
Yeah, it says, I don't know. At least I see the stream has ended. I don't know.
It did. Gino, it's not showing.
No, actually, like the video that you had up is gone, but I don't know. It just says the stream has ended. I don't know
they probably kicked us.
Yeah, we probably went over the time.
We had people watching on YouTube too, and I'm pissed.
The copyright.
Oh man.
No, it says it's still there.
Okay. Anybody in the comments, let me know, because my laptop's bugging out too.
No, we're still on.
All right.
Yeah, man. Hey, you remember Pet Detective Part 2?
Of course.
When he had to fight Tommy Davidson, they threw the spear into his leg, and he's like, my leg. My leg.
Sick.
Yeah. But in all serious stuff, there was a discussion. Now, I'd like to hear your take on this, Gino. There was a discussion on BT and Sal WFAN, and a caller had called in, and I agreed with the caller on the subject matter, and BT and Sal were adamantly against them, and I had brought it up to you guys. I kind of dropped it early on in the show, and we kind of just bypassed over it a little bit, but I want to bring it up to you guys' attention now, because in all seriousness, especially with what's going on in the landscape of Major League Baseball right now, with the shift with LA, New York baseball, and the history that we have going back all the way 2015 and World Series, NLCS, all that, just battling them. Do you think the LA Dodgers are a rival to the Mets, like an actual rival team? BT and Sal were on the side of no, that they're not the Mets rivals.
They would like to be.
What do you mean by that?
They want them. The Dodgers don't give a shit about the Mets or think of them like that. The Giants are their rival. Maybe the Phillies are more of a rival to the Dodgers.
Why are the Giants more so their rival than the Mets?
The San Francisco Giants are death rivals to them, so forget about that. But
right, but that's like a local rival. That's not a real rival.
What do you mean? I know what you're saying,
but that's what I mean. I don't
anyway,
see that local.
The Dodgers worry about the Phillies and even the Braves more than the Mets.
Yeah. As a Met fan, I worry about the Dodgers all the time.
Right, absolutely. Yeah. You guys want to be their rival, but they don't give a shit about you.
For us to be rivals, you have to know I exist. I can't be
they know the Mets exist. They've known the Mets exist since 2015. Stop. This is why they stole Edwin Diaz.
That was an all right.
They stole Edwin Diaz because they needed a closer.
Yeah, no doubt, but they knew the one team that's in their way in the National League is the Mets. It's financially. Yeah, man, I disagree. And we've competed with them in the years past.
All right.
Yeah.
Every time we play, it's competitive.
These dynastic Dodgers, the Phillies, the Braves eliminated them before. The Phillies are more of a threat. The Phillies are more stable. So I just think they look at them more. I don't think they look at the Mets like that. I think they look at them like the fuck out of here.
I look at it based on the history. You go back to 2015 with the World Series, it started a bit of a rivalry there.
So what's another two teams that you consider rivals?
I mean, for the Mets?
No, period. Doesn't have to be any team that you like.
Well, I'm saying like the Mets rivals.
No, just any two teams in any sport that you consider them rivals.
Oh, I mean, well, how is that relevant? I mean, like you could, talk
Because
about it.
there's
Yeah,
something
Boston
there's something
Yankees.
that,
I mean, you could talk, Knicks,
something that makes
Celtics.
the
You know,
back and forth. Like even if they're not in the same division or the same, like you could say
yeah, Knicks,
the Mets.
Celtics, whatever. I don't know. Fucking hockey, Rangers, Devils. Same division. I
Like
guess
you know
they're.
what? Like let me show you something. This season alone, the Magic and Knicks are becoming rivals, and they're gonna have their little cup game in Vegas. Desmond Bain and Anobi throwing the ball, they're playing each other. So storyline, it ended up now they're both around the same record, and so right now they're having this little beef they're cooking up, you know. So they're rekindling a little, you know.
Did they hit
So
the
I
playoffs
see that.
last year?
Cool. No, they
They
didn't meet the playoffs yet.
Orlando,
And
and
the
they
Knicks,
faced the
no,
playoffs.
they haven't. The Knicks
Okay,
and Orlando have never met in the NBA playoffs.
okay.
Never. Rivalries just forget. The Dodgers and the Mets, they had an opportunity to be there, but I don't think like the way the Mets are put together. I think that like even the Cubs. Well, what's the between the Cubs and the Dodgers and the Mets and the Dodgers? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dodgers like them, yeah, I guess Cubs, Mets. I think the Braves because they beat them before, and then they stole what's his name from them. Like you said, they stole Diaz. More recently, though, the last 3, 4 years, no. If you want to do over 10 years, 20 years, yeah. I mean, they had to
I would
be
say
forever. The Mets were
I would say the
created because the
Astros.
Dodgers
I would
left
say
town.
Astros. I would say Astros Dodgers are rivals more than
Right.
Dodgers
Uh,
Mets.
and they're not even in the same league.
Yeah,
I can't say that. I can't say that. And the Mets face off with the Dodgers. It's such a passionate game that
because
they
we're
play
chasing. Because
between the
The
two
Dodgers,
fast bases.
do the Dodger
Yeah.
fans care, though, about the Mets?
Dodgers
Do the
fans
Dodgers
don't care about their own damn team. They're not real
Nah,
fans.
the Dodgers are bigger rivals with the Yankees than they are with the Mets, bro.
Ah, I don't know.
It is.
I
The way
guess
they,
so.
yeah,
I guess so. I don't.
the way they, the
I
way,
personally don't see it that way. Like, I mean, maybe it's just me because, I'm looking up to the Dodgers. That we want to be them. We're the team.
when they come
Like,
to the
you know.
Bronx, you see how they travel and they know they want to be this bad and they shit on us when they beat the
Yeah,
Heat.
yeah,
They
yeah.
don't
They
care
don't
about
do
the
that at
Mets. They
City
don't make
Field.
fun of the
That's for
Mets when
sure.
they beat them.
You're
Right.
right.
They don't make
The
fun of the
fan
Mets either.
base.
They don't care.
That's a good point, though. I remember that because the fan base did show up in the Bronx.
They
And they didn't
hate us,
show up. They
bro.
didn't show up in City Field although
They
they
don't
do
care
show
that
up.
much.
I've been to the
They
games.
do.
There's a lot. There's a large contingency of LA fans that show up. But I mean, there was an absolute Dodger army, in the Bronx.
yeah,
It came
And
for
you're
us.
right. You're right. So
yeah.
I'll give you that much. Yes, maybe
All
it's
right.
just me. Maybe it's the Met fan looking up to the big brother and
Yeah.
just like, "Ugh, I wish I could be them." That's the rivalry within me. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it's not viewed as that overall. All right,
We're more Phillies, Braves, Yankees.
for sure, no doubt
Yeah.
about it. Of course, Mets, Phillies, Mets, Braves. I
Miami.
mean, the history is there. Even Mets, Marlins when it boils down to it. I mean, there's a lot of history there, but obviously it's within the division, but. Looking back on it, you go back to 2015, at least in the last 10 years, there's
You
been
guys
some
still owe
history
the
there,
Padres smoke. Y'all
Yeah,
owe the Padres smoke.
but I wouldn't look at the Padres like, oh, we're
No, I
rivals,
know.
like,
No. But y'all
know.
more on their level.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Not wannabes, but trying. The
I
Padres.
just,
They've
I,
been.
I also
What
say
the
because of the
Padres?
money.
Listen,
I also say because of the money, man. And the fact that we are, I look at all the high market teams and as a sense as the potential rivals because, it's a flex. It's like, all right, well, I spend more money this year. I'm doing this, or I spent this amount, that's just kind of how I perceive it,
right.
Yeah.
That's the only thing, it's
No,
like,
money wise, hell yeah.
money
They
wise,
rivals.
they're
In
rivals, yeah.
December, Hell yeah, they're a rival, right? In the winter meetings, yes, they're one of your biggest rivals. And that's why the Diaz shit sucks. That's why he's talking about the guy's leg and making you pull up videos. You know what I'm saying?
Which feeds
Diaz,
into that potential rivalry. Like now, going into this year, when Diaz shows up at Citi Field, you don't think it's going to be hot,
but
you know?
Guys got to give them, you guys got to threaten. You got to be a threat.
For sure. Yeah, because Mets show up there in L.A. in fucking April, which they are playing them, by the way, and they flop hard.
Going to that game, bro. Man, if we go on the Mets in Queens, sure, Dodgers, they come in, yo. It's another game.
Well, right, but I mean, if Mets show up there in L.A. in April and they get swept, and Diaz gets 2 saves out of 3 games. Yeah, I'm not really gonna feel like there's much of a rivalry.
The Mets made that dude, son.
Do you think? What's the over under?
He had with Pete and he's right. They made that guy. Go ahead, Matty. The over under.
Yeah, no over under. Do you think yes or no, yay, nay, whatever? Do you think Diaz goes to L.A. with the trumpets, or do you think he switches it up with a new song?
That's a great question.
Is he bringing out the trumpets in L.A.?
Whatever he does is gonna make me mad. But
man, if I hear the freaking trumpets in Chavez Ravine, man, oh Jesus Christ!
We have to be some new Hollywood shit. If he goes, I love L.A.
He's gonna come out with the hottest like Bad Bunny song, bro. Just blow that place off the roof. That's what he needs to do. Switch it up. Forget about the trumpets. As much as I love it's a new era, right, Diaz? Move on. You're new now. You're in a new place. You're in L.A. Yeah. Bad Bunny's doing the Super Bowl halftime show. You need to come out hot, bro. All right?
Yeah, forget about
You need to come out hot. Switch it up. All right? Don't let the trumpets follow you there. That was with the Mets. It's over now. It's over. It had its time. It's all good.
Matty's just saying that to protect his feelings right now. Because if that shit happens, Matty don't want to be there. Matty's gonna be like, I'm a grown man with kids. Why do I care about this guy's trumpets? But I'm pissed. You don't want to be in that situation, bro. That shit sucks. When you realize you're an adult and you're getting pissed about this fucking stupid game that we love for our whole lives that doesn't even really mean anything. And then you're pissed because this guy's playing trumpets. You're getting infuriated. And then you look at yourself like, well, come on, relax, bro. Yo, bro, this is insanity.
I mean, I was hot and bothered when I found out about it at work today, bro. I was so bad I had to go out during my lunch break and make a video and post it on the socials.
And then you be like, then later on, you're like, damn, yo, this is just a stupid game. Because, when we were 15 and we were 20, we were different. We never just looked at. But now, where we're the ages we're at, we're like, what
I mean, it's all fun and games, bro. At the end of the day,
There's nothing like it. I'm going to do this till I die.
Yeah.
I love sports till I die. Don't get it twisted. But it's a game, man. And this guy brings some trumpets out there, and you're going to get an aneurysm about it. I'll still understand.
Oh, man, a part of me still can't believe it. And then to think that Pete's gone too. Oh my God!
I wanted the Dodgers to lose so bad to the Blue Jays, but I really wanted to lose.
I did too.
Oh my God!
It would have been such a fun story for the Blue Jays too. It really was. Man. Bro, there was too much controversy.
They were closer to Scott Norwood, bro.
What do you think, Gino? Do you think they should have upheld that call where the ball got stuck in the fence, Game 6? Was that right? Yay, nay?
It was the right call.
Like a lot of pain right now. I feel like the guy didn't even go for the ball, but he did the right thing.
You're instructed to do exactly what they did, and not,
touch it.
Not touch it.
I just don't understand how they won that game, but they did. So
they
won 3 games.
That ball went off the bat and landed on a fly into that little gap. That was a great World Series, man. Wow.
It really was. Yeah.
The whole World Series, like that Texas St. Louis when Freeze goes nuts in Game 6 and they come back. That was one game.
I love that one too. That was a great World Series too.
That was a game. That whole World Series, there was some blowout. But this one,
it had it all. It had
the
it all.
extra inning, the 18-inning joint. It was
Yeah.
8 games.
That catch that Paez made and knocked down his own
Forget
teammate.
about
Oh, jeez.
bro.
Oh.
What a. I know when Fat Boy came up though, and there was man on first. I knew he was gonna go into that double play though.
Mm.
To end the game, to end the World Series, yeah.
I wish
Yeah.
I wish he would have attacked that bat differently than he did. I just know he was so hot. He felt like he could do anything at the plate.
He hit it hard, bro. But he hit it right.
He hit it hard, but you as an MLB player, you can basically control where the ball goes. And I just wish he would have done something different.
What a game. What a World Series.
You say that. A lot easier said than done. You can control where the ball goes. Oh, man. Listen, we have, we're past midnight, folks. I know there's some people out here on YouTube watching us. I appreciate you. Wherever you are, wherever you're listening from, I appreciate you showing up tonight. It's been a beautiful stream where I was excited to do this. I needed to get this off my chest. I had to do it. I didn't even think we would be streaming episode 50, but I hit up Dub this morning. I'm like, yeah, we're going on. Yeah.
50 for the big 50 home run hitting Pete.
You know what?
What number does Diaz wear?
Diaz, why am I forgetting? I don't know. You know why? You know why I'm forgetting? Because I want to forget real quick.
But I'll tell you this. I hope he breaks a leg.
Oh my God.
You son of a gun.
That's terrible. No, you can't wish that. Number 39, by the way. Number 39.
Okay. I think he meant it as far as entertainment value. Like break a stage leg. That was too funny. Yeah, that was hilarious. Go ahead, break a leg.
Terrible, both of you. We don't wish anybody here on Epis Radio any harm. Okay, we hope everybody has a healthy and happy career. All right. As much as Diaz moves on to the villain, the new. Villain of the league, no longer the New York Yankees. What happened?
You told my guy, like 9 times. He was making me sick a little bit tonight. Mike, they told leave my guy alone. Leave my guy. He wasn't thinking about you.
Yeah, he's not your guy no more.
He has kids about you.
Yeah, well, who's my guy now? Devin Williams? Yeah, baby.
Yes. The shaven one.
Yes,
the shaven one.
The guy, the very guy that I made so much fun of at the beginning of this season. Remember that, Dub?
Wow.
I couldn't stop shitting on Devin Williams and the fact that he went to the Yankees.
In your defense, when he got better, you said he got better. You were saying
he did for sure. Yeah, and I still think he can. I still think he have resurgence type. He better. Oh shit, he better.
Armando Benitez had excellent regular season games. He was excellent in the regular season, but that's not what he's remembered for. So, and so far we know Devin Williams for one thing. So until he changes that, I don't know. We're going to see.
Well, gentlemen, what do you say? Are we about done here, or are we...
My guys, yes.
We got a couple more topics. Anybody have some final thoughts for any of the viewers out there?
Scooble. If we get Scooble, we're in the driver's seat now. If we get Scooble, we got the juice now.
We got the juice, like the corn, baby. Listen, I don't know. Sure. Yeah, if the Mets get Scooble front, I'll be coming on here. Forget about Pete. Forget about Diaz. Nimmo, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's go. We're running it back, baby. All right. It ain't happening. Most likely what's going to happen is Scooble's going to L.A. Okay? If Scooble goes to L.A., just like OKC, you can just kiss it goodbye right now. I'm sorry.
So you want to mess up the plan for Scooble to come to the Mets? But then you're okay with him going to L.A.?
I'm not okay with him going to L.A. I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know what might happen. Okay? Do I look okay if he goes to L.A.?
Gino's trolling.
No. The Mets need to sign Valdez, King, Tyler Rogers. Yes.
Maddie, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm tired of the competition having a leg up on us, okay? And I feel like we can get Scooble and we can make some noise this year.
Bro, how are
That's
you?
what I
I asked you earlier in today's show, and we can end it on
Sound
this.
like you got hit in the head.
How are you packaging Scooble right now?
Cuzzo sound like he got damn.
There's a lot of young guys on our team or young draft guys that people want around the league.
How old is he?
Who's Scooble?
Scooble?
26.
He might be like 25, 26.
Damn, yo, that's nice. He got like
That's
2
what
more
I'm
years of
talking
control left, right?
He's
No, 1 year more
29.
of control.
29.
He got 1 more year after control after this one, right?
I'll
Or
check.
this is the last one. He's a
I
one-year
believe
rental?
this is the last one. That's why.
He's only one. Juan Soto was like a 3-year rental,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The Padres had him for 3 years, and they gave him the Yankees for the last one.
Yeah, I want Scooble. I want him.
Yeah, this is the last year for him.
And I think we can get him.
1 year, 10.
No, you know what?
Right
He
now, he's
could get him
currently a
because-
1 year, $10.15 million arbitration deal. But how?
they
What do
got
you
a deal.
mean you could get him, bro? Who are we giving up for him? And then,
First of
who's
all,
to say there's not another
Maddie,
team with a better
Maddie.
package?
Manny, listen, I didn't say, all right, fine, there's another team, but to say he can't be gotten, he's got 1 year
No,
left
he
on his
can be
deal.
gotten.
Soto, they got Soto from the Padres with 1 year left. They had the pieces.
He's
They
most
had, like,
likely
okay,
going, but where do you
So
fucking
you
think
got
he's
Jonah
going?
Tongue. You send him Jonah Tongue. Start there. Start right there.
Jonathan, maybe a couple other prospects.
Right.
You might have to let go of
Maybe
Jeff
both of
Williams
them.
too.
Beatty,
right,
maybe Vientos.
Yeah, whatever. But you got, and like he said, there was the other kid's name, Jet. There's other guys.
Jed Williams, all that. I know. There's some good prospects in the system. They did,
get 'em.
and even Gary
But the thing
Cohen
about
alluded to
getting
that
him,
as
though,
well. But
is if you're going to trade for all those guys, you want to re-sign him. You don't want him to walk on you like Soto. That's the key.
right,
That's the key. It's
Right.
not getting the pieces. You can acquire him, but if you lose him and you lost trade on it, then you're like a fuck face, like we did. So, and I don't even think they give y'all a draft pick because y'all over the luxury tax shit.
Yeah.
by the way, guess who his agent is?
Yo, let's close it out. Let's get out of here. Scott Boras.
Yes, it is.
All right.
All right. So there you
All right.
go.
No, before we leave, our top 5 prospects were Noah McLean, Carson Bench, Jet Williams, Jonah Tongue, Brandon Sproat.
Yeah,
People still want those guys.
no
Right,
doubt.
they do.
No doubt.
Okay.
He's right.
I'm just
No
letting
doubt.
me know.
Do the
We
Mets
got
are the
resources.
Mets
The Mets
willing
have
to give them up?
For Scooble,
The Mets
Yes.
have 30-year-old players who are their stars. It's time to win now.
I hear you. I hear you guys, but that remains to be seen. And all of the rumors lead to
Not all
School
of
going
them.
to the Dodgers.
We have to stop that from happening
Yeah.
yeah. We can't
for the
just lay
sake
down.
of the baseball world.
Yeah. I'm with you on
Besides,
that
for
one.
the sake of the Mets, the sake of everyone. Whoever gets him, he can't go there. Whether he goes to the Yankees, the
No,
Mets.
it would just be completely unfair. It was
Arena?
unfair last year, and to think that, if they had him, forget
But
about
the
it.
thing about you two gentlemen, I think is similar to me, like me. If you can't, you have to stop them. We're not going to cry. Oh, it's unfair. The Dodgers get over. We need to stop them.
Yeah.
We don't do that. Oh, they got everyone. They got the money. No, stop them. Beat them. Stop the tush push. Don't make a new rule. We have to beat them.
No doubt.
Yeah, they stopped the tush push
Amen.
now. And
Shout
nobody
out
cares
to the
about that.
Eagles, 3 straight losses and 4 interception performance from
No,
Jalen
they-
Hurts.
2 in 1 play. 2 turnovers.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode.
Unbelievable.
All right,
Yeah, we did.
guys, everybody, Twitch, YouTube, whether you're watching with us live or in post, I appreciate you. As always, please like, comment, follow, subscribe, keep those notifications on for future content. I got my boy, my man, Pots and Pans, W. Dubois, my co-host over here hanging out with me. We got guest star tonight, Gino, who was fabulous tonight. Appreciate you for coming on, my man.
Hell yeah.
It was a good show. It was a good episode for episode 50. It had to go out like this. Who knew
Yeah,
this
bro.
news was coming today? But I had to get
You
on
know
here.
what?
I had to vent. Yeah, Doug,
Maddie,
take it away,
we
baby.
learned anything today, bro. We didn't learn anything. about what's gonna happen. We didn't give you guys anything. We just talked about what might happen. What are they doing? I think this. I think that. But that's the beautiful thing about December baseball winter meetings and a free agency period is But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out.
Yeah, there's so much more to unfold, and we'll be here for it. That's all I can say. All right. It is Wednesday at the time of this recording. I hope you guys have a beautiful Thursday, Friday, beautiful weekend, a happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. All right, we will be back probably before next Monday, before the Mental Mondays. Me and Dub will be back. I don't know about Gino, but
football, right?
Yes, we got a lot of football coming up. A lot to talk about that as well. Me and Dub are going to be back in here. So everybody that is with us, please keep showing up. As always, it's your boy Matty B, Epis Sports Radio, W. Dubois. Until next time, folks.
Good night, guys.
On the bus I lead, picking dirt right out the cleats. Steep path, roadblocks in the streets, trying to knock me off my feet, cause the devil never sleeps. So I don't sleep too, and trying to breach safes that I didn't have the keys to. We all been victims of trauma we ain't agreed to, but the sun comes after, starting up a new chapter. Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focus on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Isn't it lovely?
All right, everybody, have a beautiful night. Keep showing up as always. It's your boy Matty B, Epis Sports Radio. Good night.